Hello, hello everyone. Just making sure this has gone live. We are here with Obelisk top 4. Yeah, looks like we are live. Just gonna go ahead and double check this really quick, just to make sure things are working because we had some not really issues with the stream key. We just had figuring out getting the right stream key, all that good stuff. It looks like we are here. We are live. So today we have Sui and End in the winners bracket. And then we have Oracle and Agori down in the bottom bracket, but of course we do have a double elimination here. I know the chat on the screen is a little is a little small, but that is honestly the best that I could get this morning, but that's okay. We will figure it out together. But yeah, they said over here in the Discord we might be just a little bit late getting going here, but that is okay. That is okay. I'm gonna move this over here really quick so that I can see it, and so that I can pull up the Discord at the same time. Me. Sui said they're ready. So just waiting on the duelist to host up here. And we will get going. Wanted to start just a couple minutes early, even though I think I technically started on time. It is 7:30 in the morning here, so little early. I do have my coffee though, so everything is good. I actually have some water this time. Stay hydrated for the stream. But telling the duelist we're all good to go. Data tile them all. Thank you. All right. Everybody's just making sure we've got everything going here. Once again, we do have the full top 4 for this stream, so that's pretty hype. Everybody agreed on a time fairly quickly. Love to see it. Love the academy stuff. Hopefully we can get that pushed a lot for the future. Get that to grow. I think the academy is a great way to grow GOAT format. Still not seeing the duelist. I think we're waiting on Anden here. Sui has talked in the Discord chat. So I'm just chilling. How's everybody doing? No, it's pretty early over here. 7:30 in the morning where I am. It's 8:30 Eastern time. Pretty early stream. Looks like 14:30. That would be 2:30 CET. Get the bracket pulled up over here. Just waiting. Okay, no Sui just yet. But we are going to be starting with our winners bracket. So we are going to have Sui and Anden as the first match, and then we'll drop down to Oracle and Agori. I don't believe any of these duelists have their invite. I could be wrong about that. Fairly certain. Can double check. But hopefully we'll get this action going soon. Instead of just sitting here. Wolf asked, what is this? This is the Obelisk top 4 for the Academy. My chat's actually not updating over here. That's weird. Okay, let me see if I can grab another one of those really quick. Weird. Okay. And then, yeah, okay. We'll edit things on the fly here. No big deal. There we go. Chat's updated. It's still a little small on the side of the screen, but that's okay. That's okay. No, it's not the PWCQ. We just had the wrong name in there. We've got Let's Go Swee. Okay. Big Swee fan as well. And yep. All right. Still waiting. Still waiting on the duelist to host up, but we got this. Yeah, it popped up as PWCQ. A little too early for that. Yeah, it's honestly it's too early for most things in life. I'm not a morning person, but you know, sometimes we got to get up for the sake of content and the sake of goats. Goat does not stop. I was up late editing videos for a couple for my channel and for the GGP Milan top 8 video that I did with Grumple yesterday. So go to sleep doing goat, wake up doing goat. It's a goat life. Still no match. I think we're waiting on Anden over here. Let me pull it back up the Discord, see if we... Unless I'm just missing something. Swee said they were hosting. I know sometimes it's a little wonky. Let me just back out, go to the profile. We'll do it this way. That is not Swee. Last seen 6 years ago? Okay. I think their name is Rescue Swee on Dueling Book. Could be wrong about that. Swee 7. That's right. That's right. That's right. Anden is running 10 minutes behind. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So that means should have another minute or two here. Eat, sleep, draw 2, repeat. I like that. Get that on a shirt with like a pot of greed background or something. Okay. Yeah. Just waiting. We're okay here. That's usually how these things shake out. Just a little bit of a wait at the beginning, no big deal. Who is my favorite today? Oh man. I don't want to pick favorites, Grumple. That's kind of rude. Bring up the bracket. Let's find a favorite. Man, I gotta. If we have to pick a favorite, I'm gonna go with Agori. Here in chat, also member of my Discord. I'm talking in there about some Fenrir stuff last night, so it's okay to be rude sometimes. That's fair. That's fair. As long as we're not being mean to people. Do you see Gumo becoming long-term meta or just a fad? I honestly don't know. We haven't seen it do a whole lot in terms of like actual results outside of the Obelisk or outside of what Easy to Slay You specifically has done. I think it has the power to get there. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see if it makes it. We need some more results, really. to tell. Not a lot of people still playing it. Well, I say not a lot of people. Not a lot of people in like the big tournaments are playing it. I suppose I see it everywhere on the ladder now. So a lot of people are picking it up, having fun with it, but not a lot of tournament results. So we're just gonna have to see if anybody else can pick it up, maybe innovate it on it some more. But I do think there's something to be said for, the style of deck, that it definitely could become a contender. I don't know if it's going to be on the level of like Warrior, Chaos Turbo, something like that, but maybe worm its way into the meta in some amount. What's up, ASIM? I'm doing all right. Tired here, but not too bad. Not too bad. How you doing? Does Obelisk sound fun? What are the rules? So if you join the Goat Format Academy, I guess I can actually post the invite link to that here in the chat. Let me grab that real quick. Wouldn't hurt. There you go. Oh, Nate Dogg beat me to it. Yeah, so um, you join that Discord, and what will happen is you'll start out as a slifer. You read the rules first. It'll tell you how to get into all of that. And you actually need to know the rules to how to sign up for all the tournaments and everything anyway. So read the rules. You'll start out in Slifer, which is it's an 8-person single elimination bracket. So if you win that bracket, you will move on to Raw, and that is a 4-person double elimination bracket. And if you win that bracket, you'll move on to Obelisk, which is an 8-person double elimination bracket. Of course, if you win Obelisk, you'll be going to Worlds. So that's how it works. I'm a big fan of the Academy system that we have here. Happy to be streaming it. I've streamed several of these Obelisk top 4s now. Happy to finally be doing it on the Goat Format official channel. Feels nice, get some more eyes on this. It's a whole lot of fun. And there are slifers popping up like almost every day. So if you drop back down to slifer, or you lose a slifer or whatever, you can always just jump back in. Keep going. Never stop the grind. All right, I'm ready for some Goat Format Yu-Gi-Oh! Sui is playing? Why do I not see it? Oh, you're just saying Sui is in. Okay. Got it. I was like, why don't I see this? Let me back out one more time, just to make sure. I get paranoid. I don't know why. Yeah. No match yet. We're still chilling. I could have made a second cup of coffee. They're in. All right. Well, that was good timing. Let me jump over here real quick. They sure are. Let's go. All right. We have the winners bracket finals here. Sui versus Anden. I do not know what these players are on, so we'll be learning together. The nice Chaos Emperor sleeves over there. Love to see those. I I'm gonna show that I only play Goat here. I don't know if that's a card on the bottom for Sui. I imagine it probably is. I like those as well. A cup of coffee, yeah. Yep. You all are good to go. Looks like Sui is gonna win rock paper scissors here. No, couple Sui fans in the chat. Probably happy to see that. All right. Let's see how we start. Sui is on Return. Anden is on Thunder Dragon Warriors. Okay, okay. Love to see we're not just going cookie cutter chaos turbo here. I don't have a problem with Chaos Turbo, but I like to see some interesting decks. All right, just a T set from Sui. See how Anden wants to respond here. We've got the old MST knock Berserk Gorilla. I don't think we're going to see that out of TD Warriors, but I've been playing Berserk Gorilla in Warriors recently. Just trying it out. Having a big think here on turn 1. These rounds are untimed, so... Oh, all right. We're going to throw off a little mind control turn 1. See if that works out, and see if we're just giving over like a Sangan or... Let's see, we're on return, so could be... I'm not sure what flavor of return we've got here, but... Cookie Cutter Turbo is return? I can get behind that. Oh, we're not flipping the monster right away for Anden, so maybe we did -1 on the mind control here. Yeah, that's one of the risks that you play by slamming the mind control on turn 1. Sometimes you just get a brick. People out here bluffing their sets, keeping their flip effect monsters safe, mostly from Nobleman of Crossout. Oh, it was Sangan, okay. All right. So things looking good for Sweet here. We have a DD Warrior Lady coming down. Maybe that's a Sangan for Anden as well, and we can just get that out of here. It's a Gravekeeper Spy, okay. So board's going to be walled up a little bit. Anden picking up a quick little +1 to make up for that mind control. Sweet going to set a back row and pass. See if we can clear these Gravekeeper Spies. Please no Snatch. Snatch still would be nuts here, yeah. Grab the DD Warrior Lady. Ram it right into the Sangan. Get it on out of here. Sweet does have a back row to protect potentially, though. So, instead of Snatch, we have a Graceful Charity, which is pretty good. Sweet having to think. Maybe we've got a Solemn Judgment back there. Maybe we're just posturing. And we're going to let the Graceful Charity go. There was no Thunder Dragon before, so not going to be full power Graceful Charity here, though we may have a Serpent, something like that. The deck may not play Serpent, actually. Being Thunder Dragon Warrior. We're looking at Chaos Warrior, I suppose. All right, level 2 going to the graveyard. That is not Sinister Serpent, so safe to say that is not in hand if it is being played over there. And we're having a think on the second discard. Donald Zalug. Okay. Just not interested in discarding a card by running over the Sangan. We've got 4 cards in hand. We are building the wall on the field with 2 Gravekeeper Spies, and now a 3rd monster in defense position, and a couple of back row this time. One is a Trap Dust Shoot. That makes a lot of sense, and it is going to go through. The MST is gone. Pretty hard to get something out of hand other than having like a Book of Moon or something to protect against Trap Dust Shoot. Even then, it's kind of hard to, retain priority and make that play. Tribe is going to be going back for Sui. That makes a whole lot of sense. The Tribe would have been very, very good here to clear these Spies, of course. Now Sui's only got 3 cards in hand to see how we want to deal with this board. May just be an early game stallfest. Maybe dealing with this for a little bit. Sangan going to defense, DD Warrior Lady attacking the face down monster, and it is Magician of Faith, so we can get back... Man, we can get back a Graceful Charity here. Oh, we're thinking? Is it a Divine Wrath? That'd be pretty sick. Yeah, we can get back Mind Control or Graceful Charity. Probably going to be Graceful Charity, if I had to guess here. I think Sui's just kind of posturing on the... Or I guess we could be thinking about whether we want to banish, because this does put a light in the graveyard. Okay, so that's probably what we were thinking on. Definitely not thinking on a Divine Wrath, if I had to guess. I do love that card. Little underrated, in my opinion. And in drawing up the 3 cards, we do know there is a Graceful Charity over there, so could have some powerful plays this turn. Graceful Charity could turn into a Chaos Monster pretty easily. Love to play the powerful cards in GOAT format, and you love even more to play them twice. We are once again in the tank over there, though. And we're going to lead on Nobleman of Crossout. Okay, so we're not going to fire off the Graceful Charity just yet. Let's see what we get. Okay, Spy gets out of here. And it looks like Anden is only playing 2 copies of Spy, which could make some sense here, unless the 3rd copy is in hand with the Graceful Charity. And we're just going to pass after the knock. So if Sui can pick up a Delinquent Duo, we can take out this Graceful Charity for Anden. Might just be sitting there waiting to get some Thunder Dragons in hand, so we can have a full power Graceful Charity, really break the game open. Always a little bit of a risk because of Duo, but there's okay. Paid off for waiting. There are the Thunder Dragons, and I imagine we're just going to slam the Graceful Charity here. We are. Get a fresh hand of 3 cards. Not bad if you are an Anden fan. Hey, it's Pedro says, how does one get involved in playing these Academy tournaments? If you scroll up just a little bit in chat, Nate Dogg and I both posted a link to the Discord, the Academy Discord. If you join that Discord, read the rules. It will guide you through all of the steps, and you can go ahead and get started playing some Slifers. We're having a think on this Graceful Charity here. Do we have something better to pitch than the Thunder Dragons? Maybe we've got another Dark in hand. We just want to go like double Chaos or something like that. Yeah, we are tanking already on this Graceful Charity. All right. Yep, there goes Thunder Dragon. And what else we got here? What's up, Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend? Good morning to you as well. Yep, there we go. Big Think discards both Thunder Dragons anyway. And then we are tanking after the Graceful Charity as well. Really putting some thought into this turn. Only up 1 card over there for Anden, and we are just going to summon Exiled Force. I'd imagine this is probably going to take out the face down monster. We know the Sangan's on the board. Yeah, getting rid of a Shining Angel, so that is the flavor of return we're on. Love to see some Angels up here in top 4. Thought you missed the PWCQ with the notification. Yeah, it popped up originally with the PWCQ. We got the name and everything changed. You're just out here lamenting that you weren't gonna win the tournament you missed. Oh, we've got Prima. Okay, we get the Exiled Force back. Clear this DD Warrior Lady. Now we're just left with a Sangan over here on Sweet side. Let's see if we want to get aggressive with these spies here. Could be interesting. We haven't seen a Mirror Force for either side. Take a look at Anden's graveyard over here. Pretty stocked. We do have the Dark Light. All 3 Thunder Dragons are out of there. Not much going for Sui in the graveyard. No Trinity. Over here, the only Trinity we've seen is the Graceful Charity twice from Anden. So, not a super Trinity-filled game. Just a little bit of a board stall. And players mostly even on card advantage. Anden is up, you know, one card because of the Thunder Dragon, you know, playing double graceful. But also just ahead on, like, you know, graveyard being stocked. And having the good wall with the spies. Where's the Borg? We might see a Zaboog at some point. But we are seeing a Chaos Monster from Anden, that is for sure, and it is going to be the big boy BLS, and it is going to get Solemn Judgmented. So Sui tanked a couple of times on this back row here, at least on the Graceful Charity, on the first activation. So maybe that was a bluff Solemn Judgment, because I feel like if this was Solemn Judgment, you would have flipped it after posturing for a little bit. So back row could be something else. We'll have to see. What it is. But BLS is gone for the time being. I don't believe there's another dark in the graveyard. No. We're loaded up on lights. No other dark for Anden, so can't quite throw down another Chaos Monster yet. Though I guess we could have Zaborg over there, like Nate Dogg said. That would get a dark in the graveyard. Zaborg would kind of go hard on this board, actually. Especially followed up with a Chaos Sorcerer, eat the Sangan. Zaborg would go hard for Sui as well, of course. Just eat both of the Gravekeeper Spies. Alright, flipping a Deco. We're getting the card advantage back. Oh, Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg, we found the Zaborg. Zaborg coming on down, clearing a spy. Let's see if it can get in and take out this other spy. Love seeing a Zaborg up here in the top 4. Love seeing a called Zaborg up here in the top 4. Very nice. Sangan going to go get another Dekoichi. And Sui, not being the player to play a Graceful Charity twice and summon a BLS, is actually up on the card advantage now. And we are looking to press. Zaborg trying to attack into this Gravekeeper Spy. And it's gonna get through. Presumably Deco gets through. Yeah, we're going to deal 1,400 points of damage. So Sui up in card advantage quite a bit here and has the pressure going. Love to see it if you're a Sui fan. See how Anden responds to this. Your best way to counter this board in BLS is gone. It is in the graveyard and it was not summoned properly. So you can't get it back with Call of the Haunted. Sui also with Dark Light in the graveyard already. May be relevant in the future here. Oh, we also, worth noting, we have 3 spies in the banish pile. Which, if we're playing return, could be good. Could be good. Did they upload their deck somewhere? Deck lists have not been revealed just yet. Deck lists will be revealed after the tournament. On GoFormat.com. Don't know exactly what day they'll be uploaded, but they will be uploaded to GoFormat.com at the very least, once the tournament has concluded. Anden having a big think over here. This turn could be critical. If we don't have much to say about what's going on Sui's end, could just be done here, honestly. Yeah, access to replays are in the Obelisk section. You won't get the full deck list, but you can kind of see what's going on. You say 4 different players with 4 different decks. Do you know what Agori and Oracle are on? I know what these players are playing, of course. I don't know what the other 2 are playing. Okay. Sork coming down for Anden. Taking out this is a Zaborg. Oh, we're going to Book of Moon it. Okay. All right, so we protect the Zaborg. Chaos Sorcerer, of course, can't attack over it, but see if Anden has something else to attack over it, and does only have 1,000 defense. Oracle's on Chaos Turbo. Agora on Cold Wave Monarchs? Oh, yeah. Okay. Love to see some Monarchs. Let's go. Love to see some Cold Wave, too, man. I'm hyped for that. That'll be a fun matchup, too. Raigeki break. Okay. It's going to take out the back row, so I think that means we probably have something in hand to be able to kill Zaborg. We do. All right, Tribe coming down. This has been a very, very good turn for Anden. We pitched a dead Trap Dust Shoot to get rid of a Sakuretsu. We've got a Chaos Sorcerer on the board. We got to summon Tribe, clear the Zaborg. Yeah, it looks like Sui's going on the defensive now. So now, in just one turn, Anden able to turn the pressure onto their side. Thunder Dragons versus Zaborgs today. Yeah, it's a tale as old as time, right? We're banishing Dekoichi, getting that on out of here. See if Tribe wants to get in there. We know the spies are gone, so we don't really have to worry about those. They're right here in the banish pile. Even on card advantage for now. Tribe could change that. Oh, Mirror Force. That's a disgusting Mirror Force. Wow. All right, Sui back in the driver's seat. Let's see if we can pick up another Solemn Judgment for protection. That could seal the game. Deco is excellent here. Let's pick up some extra pluses. Slam down a Kaiku. No fear. Torrential and Mirror Force do not exist. They cannot hurt you. Kaiku getting in here. See if the attack goes through. It sure does. Yeah, Kaiku going to clear some cards from this graveyard. Kaiku's going to be nuts here. One BLS, one Chaos Sorcerer already gone, but this also helps with Call of the Haunted. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of Spy. Chaos Sorcerer makes a lot of sense. We're gonna leave just lights in the graveyard. We can't bring back this BLS. Are leaving a Tribe in the yard, but that's totally fine. Let's see if Anden picked up their Mirror Force. If not, we could have game here. Sui just going right to the battle phase, and we are gonna pick up game one from Sui's side. All right, so Return taking game one. Bit of a back and forth battle there. Anden looked to be quite ahead at the beginning with the double Graceful Charity, but able to pull it back. Yeah, with a nice Mirror Force. Maybe a little bit of a mistake on not switching Chaos Sorcerer to defense position, not protecting it. But of course, it's those little things throughout the games in GOAT format that can make a huge difference. Sui can't side, so they're going to refresh. Hopefully they make it back here in 85 seconds. They sure do. Remember one time specifically on one of the GOAT format streams, I think it was Alvarado actually, like had to restart Dueling Book and was like giving him the whole "you're already signed in somewhere else on the server," and it went down to like 5 seconds on the clock, and JDZ's like, no, please come back, and made it back with just a few seconds left. So happy we don't have to see a sweat like that. It's cool if the player actually comes back. You just get a cool thing like that, but if they don't come back, it kind of sucks. Want to play Yu-Gi-Oh to determine these matches, of course. We don't want some timeouts. All right, game two. Not a lot of Trinity in the last one. Hopefully we can keep it that way this time, or have some balanced Trinity. I'm not opposed to people playing Trinity. Looks like we're not leading on any Trinity from Anden side. We've got a set monster. And we've got a back row. The old T-set pass. We didn't see a lot of warriors from Anden side either. I know we saw the Exiled Force. And I guess BLS, but Don't really count that in the warrior package. I guess unless you're playing the warrior returning alive, then it's probably the most relevant of warriors. CT sets from both players. There's Rhoda, so now we're getting a little bit more warrior action going. And speaking of the exiled force, the boys are here, and they're going to be taking out a Gravekeeper Spy. It's one of the best exiled forces you can hope for. Sangan coming in, 4,000 points of damage. We have First Blood for Anden. And we're going to be setting another back row and passing the turn. So we having a think here on the end. We're thinking on a Dust Tornado or something, or we're just gonna allow the turn to be passed. Nothing in the standby phase. No Trap Dust Shoot. At least not yet. And I'm just gonna see another set for Sui. Maybe we had a second Spy in hand. Maybe we have a Deco. A Deco would also wall up Sangan. It'd be pretty good here. Alright, we see a set monster, and Sangan into defense position. We're just not even going to bother attacking. Okay. Just a pass of the turn. So we're going ultra defensive over there for Anden. Building up the little Sangan wall. And we're going defensive from Sui side as well. Let's see who decides to blink first. Break the board stall here. Anden having a big think over here. We are even on cards. Full turn cycle, so he hasn't had a turn in this cycle yet. Just a pass. Okay. So ultra passive from Anden's side. Let's see if Sui can get something going here. Nope, we're gonna set another monster. Okay. Okay. Now if one of these duelists has Torrential, and we are able to land that, we could be doing some good things here. Not coming down on the new set. That is Deco. Let's see how many of them get out of the deck. Both of them. Okay. Kind of thought we probably don't have a Deco set. Probably would have flipped that up last turn, get an extra card, but now we can confirm that. No other play. So we've got all kinds of power from Sui if we have a return. 3 copies of Deco, hits in for 4,200 damage. It's not bad. But right now, both duelists pretty content with just sitting here, drawing cards. We do see a couple more sets from Anden. We are going to MST here. Oh, we hit the Judgment. Can we follow up with a nice little Heavy Storm here? I think that was a pretty good read on maybe we have a Judgment down now. Obviously, it's a 50-50 on whether you hit it. Anden could have another Judgment, but being willing to set a couple more there makes sense here for there to be a Judgment. But no Heavy Storm. We have a set, and it is going to get sniped by a Dust Tornado. So both players still even. Anden with another back row. Heavy Storm's still going pretty hard here. Honestly, if Anden even pays like 4,000 to protect the back row from a Heavy Storm, still could be pretty decent for the return player. We need to, find a way to clear the way at some point though to make sure the attacks can go through. You got to set up the return, can't just throw it out. And we're gonna have a Jar of Greed for Anden over here. No Trinity yet. Graveyard's not super stocked. Anden has an exiled force over there. Okay. MST going to take out the new set. Sakuretsu Armor. Pretty even board states. Nice and symmetrical. We just need to flip that Sangan down. I'm going to need a Tsukuyomi to come and make that happen for me really quick, please. Flip Moth. Okay. What do we have? We have MST, Knock, Rhoda. All of those are pretty good. I guess MST Potentially a little bit less so unless we're trying to set up a play this turn. We're having to think. We flipped up this Moth, but we didn't quite know what we wanted to get yet, I suppose. So if I had to guess, yeah, I was going to say, if I had to guess, it's going to be between Knock and Rhoda, and it looks like we are going to get the Knock here. See which monster we want to get out. It is going to be the Sangan, okay? So picking up a little +1 from Anden there. Ooh, we have Tsukiyomi to go with Moth. We have a ring, okay. Okay, so we're going to prevent the Suk loop, which, without an answer to that Moth, that could have absolutely been devastating for Sui. Just getting back Nobleman of Crossout every single turn. All right, Anden going to pass a turn. Tsukiyomi going on back to hand. See if we can find that Zaborg. Maybe take out the other side. Get in some attacks. No, that's not a Zaborg. It's just a face-down monster. See if Anden has anything else here. Maybe flip up second Moth. That'd go pretty hard. We're having to think. Here comes Breaker. Okay. Could potentially pick up another +1 here. We do. We out the second Sakuretsu armors. Both of those are gone. Ring, Mirror Force. Got some powerful traps over here on Sui's side. And I believe Ring was the only one that was activated. I think all three of these others were actually destroyed by Anden, so pretty good from that side of things. We're going to flip up Spy, grab another little +1 really quick. We're going to put it in defense, though. Not fully committing to pressure here. And we'll see how things are going to shake out. We may have some Shining Angels down there. Could have some Gravekeeper Spies. Can't have any Decos, but we have Agori and Oracle playing the other match. They are not playing yet, though. We are staggering the matches so that we can see the entirety of all of them on the stream. So they haven't started yet. We're still here in our winners finals. All right, so Anden does attack into a Spy and then attacks into a Shining Angel. So not a very consequential battle phase for Sui. Actually pretty good for Sui. We get, we get to flip the Spy up so we can keep it out of the grasp of a second Nobleman of Crossout. We get a DD Warrior Lady to replace a Shining Angel, which is pretty nice. So Sui not looking too bad here. We are down 2 cards. But Pot of Greed will have something to say about that. We have our first Pot of Greed of the match. First Trinity of the game. And it is going to go through. We do know we have Solemn Judgment on both sides, so DD Warrior Lady going to defense. Okay. Set another monster? No. We don't have the wall fully built on either side yet, but we're close. Just a back row and a pass. And I believe, does have Dark Light in the grave. No, we just have Light. We have Light and Earth. We can go into Gigantes. Can't go into Soul of Purity and Light. I don't think Anden is playing either of those, but we do have a return Pot of Greed. So both players getting access to their draw 2. See if Anden wants to start pushing this advantage a little bit, making some 1-for-1 trades. Just getting the game state simplified, but being up. Seems like an advantageous position. It's kind of tough whenever Gravekeeper Spy's sitting over here walling, but we'd have a clutch Lightning Vortex. Having another think. Yep. Throw down the thinky face emoji. Do we have more here to pressure with? Are we just going to turn that spy to defense? Pass the turn. Graceful Charity, okay. That's a good one. Probably thinking about whether we were going to just slam that down, try to pressure now, or if we want to wait for some Thunder Dragons. So we have not seen those yet. Graceful Charity could break this game wide open. We do only have 2 back row for Sui. So if a BLS comes down and it is not answered, could be good. Just pick apart this board a little bit at a time. All right, we do see a Dark get to the graveyard and Kaiku. It looks good for the prospects of chaos here. Yeah, we're thinking on the second discard, just a Sakuratsu armor, okay. Do we slam? No, we have a Nobleman of Cross out first, okay. So Anden drawing both knocks. And I believe, yeah, successfully picked up 1 knock with Magician of Faith, so we got the full play set of knocks played, even though the card is semi-limited. And we have a Snatch Steal here on the DD Warrior Lady. Nate Dogg maybe calling that just a game early here. Let's see. We're switching into attack position. We're going to get in there. Mirror Force is gone for Sui, so we don't have to worry about that. Do we have a way of clearing another spy? Or are we just going to try to attack that in, trade for a spy, pick up a nice +1 that way? Okay, Sangan coming to attack too, so I guess we do have a way to clear another spy. Could be a ring. Yeah, it could be a ring. Could be... Did we see a Raigeki break last game? I feel like we did for some reason. I think we saw a Raigeki break last game. Could be that, but Spy's getting out of here. Now we get to see what our answer for the other spy is. It is, in fact, Ring of Destruction. So we're gonna do a whole bunch of damage here unless Sui can stop this ring. Cannot. So we're taking 1,200, and then we're going to take another 28. Or, sorry, another 26, presumably. For a total of 38. All right, pretty big turn for Anden there. We break the board. We get in some attacks. We leave the spies back in defense. I guess they're not lethal. I'd be very tempted to attack with them there. Just get aggressive, get as much damage going as possible. Push my advantage, but Anden thinks differently. No attacks with the spies. We do have another set monster. If that is a Magician of Faith, that can go just hard here. But Anden, of course, up several cards here. But Sui, dropping down a Chaos Monster. We do have BLS coming on down. And it does resolve. There's no negate. We're going to take out this face-down monster. It is Tsukuyomi. And we're going to run out of Sasuke. Okay. Start getting these spies out of here. We've seen 1 Saku gone from Anden, I believe. Yeah, 1 Saku. Ring is gone. See if we can get this spy cleared. We do. Okay. Well, Sui getting back in there. We've had some nice back and forth going. Love to see that. One player gets a little ahead. The other player fights back a little bit. We've got BLS just sitting on the board. Snatch is gone. Ring is gone. This could be huge. Oh, Sasuke coming down for Anden, though. That can take care of a BLS. I believe Mirror Force and both, yeah, Mirror Force, both Sakuretsus and Ring are gone for Sui, so we really need another Sakuretsu here. Widespread Ruin would do it, and Book of Moon also good. Yeah, just go ahead and set that Sasuke. We can take that out with BLS on the next turn. All right. Maybe picking up a couple more +1s here. Anden didn't have anything to say about it in the battle phase last turn. Yeah, Breaker going to defense. Sui is on the aggressive here. We'll see how much attacking we want to do. BLS just going to go ahead and get rid of Sasuke. That makes a whole lot of sense to me. Maybe don't need to get in there. Okay, Sakuretsu's going to take out the Sasuke now. So looks like we did hold the Sakuretsu last turn in case, you know, a little bit of a bluffing. Say, hey, I don't have anything here. I'm just going to let the spy go. And then you're going to attack with BLS on the next turn, and I'll take it out with a Sakuretsu then. But Sui able to clear that spy anyway. We get a Chaos Sorcerer down next to this BLS. Sasuke is gone for Anden, so if there's not a second Sasuke, we can't be attacking into those to clear them, at least with the level 4 warriors. Return deck, always scary, even if you have a lot of card advantage. That is absolutely true. I recorded a video last night playing some Strike Ninja Return, and yeah, there was definitely a point in the game where my opponent was up several cards and was just like, oops, here's a return. But Anden is going to actually show a copy of Metamorphosis here. That's kind of interesting. It is going to go ahead and get Solemn Judgmented, so Sui low on life points, but Ring is gone. We've got a BLS. We've got a Chaos Sorcerer here. We're just going to whittle down Anden's board. We're going to move the Chaos Sorcerer to attack position. And Anden is on 2 cards. Anden was up, I want to say, like 10 cards to 5 at some point. DD Warrior Lady coming down. That'll take care of the BLS, but, you know, at the cost of the DD Warrior Lady and 1,000 life points. So, you never want to give up BLS, but at this point, if you're this far ahead and you've got the board position, I think you're fine making some 1-1 trades. 1-for-1 trades, there we go. Sentences are hard. But we've got a third back row for Sui. If we've got another Solemn Judgment down there, we could just be... Oh... We've got better than Solemn Judgment. We've got Xingzhen Hu taking out both back row, and that is going to seal the match for Sui. Sui moving on to the grand finals. Anden is not out of this yet, though. Anden is going to be moving down to the lower bracket to play the winner of Agori and Oracle. That Zing was absolutely disgusting. That is true. Just sitting there. Perfect 2 back row sealing the game there. We got Sight playing against AJT over here. I'm not sure what they're playing for. Just noticed that. All right, so we'll wait for our lower bracket match here in the top 4. Once they get going. Oh, here they are. Didn't have to wait very long. Let's pop in here. We have... Okay, never mind. We are going to have to wait a little bit. Looks like Oracle needs a second. We have Oracle on Chaos Turbo, and Agori is on Cold Wave Monarchs with the Bahamut Shark over here. Nice little mystical elf down here as well for Oracle. That's got to be an old avatar. All right, we are ready to go. Agori is going to win rock, paper, scissors. Love to see it for the Cold Wave deck. Maybe we see a turn 1 Cold Wave, play a monster. The opponent just sets a monster, summon a Grand Marg as a Borg, something like that. I'm excited for this one. Graceful Charity coming on down for Agori. So we're starting off with Trinity early. We didn't see a whole lot of Trinity in that last match. No Delinquent Duo. At all, actually. So, some Trinity-less games. Oh, Sacred Phoenix. Yes. Yes, the chicken. And Tribe going to the graveyard. See? Just play Goat format. We have Fire Water format right here. I don't even know what format that is, but we've got it here in Goat format. All right, we set a monster on Agori's in. We do have a Trapped Dust Chute here. So let's see if we get the information of what is going on in the hands here. We do have a type, so I think Agori is going to be giving us that information. Deco, Serp, Torrential, Jar, I imagine is Jog, Sork, and BLS. Okay. So if we send back Deco here, we didn't get the information on what goes back. Could just be sending the Serpent back here. If we send back Deco, we deny Dark, so then now there's no Dark or Light. It's kind of interesting, though, because like if you send Serpent back and you know your opponent is on Monarchs, like setting the Deco, it feels kind of bad. And then you have to make the decision if you want to set TT behind it in case like a Grandmark comes down. Oh, Moth. That's a good one. We can pick up Graceful Charity, see if we can get into a Monarch here. Graceful Charity coming on down. A Grandmark or a Zaborg could be huge here. Even if the Torrential is unleashed from Oracle's side. Would take out your Monarch, but, I mean, Oracle wouldn't be left with a whole lot. And, like, if that is Deco down, I'm not even sold that that would be Torrential. Could definitely just be the Jog behind it. The thinking for setting Torrential is maybe make the Monarch player think that it's not back there. Because a lot of times you wouldn't want to set that behind a Deco. Again, we don't know if it's Deco or Serpent. But we'll see. We could have some fireworks this turn. I mean, we do have Graceful Charity being activated for a second time. That's kind of fireworks. Just not on the board. All right, we're going to discard Mirror Force. That's a powerful card. What else are we getting out of here? Last Will. Okay. So we are playing full-on Cold Wave Last Will Monarchs. I wonder if this list is... Well, there's a Kaiku, so... I was going to say, I wonder if this list is sort of like the old James Arc Earthwave list a little bit. But don't believe that deck was playing Kaiku in the main. We do get the Decos out, so I believe, yeah, we sent... Well, we could have sent back BLS or Sork, but I somehow don't think that's the case. I think we probably sent the Serpent back on the Trapped Dust Chute. And yeah, okay, so no Monarch this turn. Nothing super flashy, but Kaiku coming down. We get all the Decos out of the deck. And it is just a Jar of Greed set. Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense behind the Deco. Now we can be free to set the Torrential Tribute. We're going to set a couple for Oracle, actually. And we do have another face-down monster. Okay. Trap Dust Chute going to be pretty good here. One of the reasons why you don't see Monarchs a whole lot anymore, of course, is because of the card Trap Dust Chute. Very good at getting those out of the hand. Turning them off. But we'll see here. Breaker, Serp, Snatch. Okay, well, no Monarchs yet. But, man, if you summon out Breaker into a Torrential, that kind of sucks. Yeah, looks like we're just going to get in there with Kaiku. And Night Assailant is promptly going to take it out. Okay. So, despite the double Graceful Charity, the Kaiku, the Knock Start, it's not looking that bad for Oracle. Really, we just need to get a light in the graveyard. And then we've got this BLS Chaos Sorcerer on. Agori, definitely not picking up any of the Monarchs or any of the flashy things to press a whole lot of advantage here. But Oracle just going to pass the turn. I would imagine that's probably a Torrential down. Do you want to run the Breaker into it? Do you want to just wait? It looks like we are just going to wait. We're going to set a monster. Could be the Serpent. Could be something else. We're going to knock it either way. We're going to figure out now. It is a Mystic Tomato. Okay. And just a pass from there. Now are we willing to lose the breaker? No, we are willing to activate Pot of Greed. That is for sure. Get a couple of pluses here. Do we finally see a Monarch? We don't. We see another set monster. Could be another Tomat. Could be a Serpent. Could be the Breaker. Probably not the Breaker. What's my opinion on Chaos Return? I think the return decks are quite powerful. I think they're probably a little bit underplayed in the meta. Good to see Return making it to the finals here in the Obelisk. So they definitely put up results from time to time. Just not a lot of players playing them. I think there's something to be said for, you know, playing a deck that's not reliant on, but can very well set up what's one of the more powerful cards in the format, honestly. Return from the Different Dimension, very powerful card, despite not seeing a whole lot of play. Has to be Torrential set because he had 2 cards. Yeah. It's definitely Torrential set here. It's figuring out how you want to maneuver into either proccing that. Oh, Oracle held Duo. Interesting. So the Duo from Agori hit BLS and Delinquent Duo, which means the last card in hand is going to be a live Chaos Sorcerer. Okay. So now... Well, presumably it's Chaos Sorcerer in hand. We would have discarded the Serpent if that wasn't the card sent back with the Dust Shoot. So... Have I played any other formats besides GOAT? Not since coming back to Yu-Gi-Oh, but I played, let's see, I actually stopped playing a little bit after Cybernetic Revolution as a kid, and then I got back into the game right around Tengu plant time. So I guess Tengu format, and I played all the way through, I think there were multiple Necros formats, so I might be wrong about that. I played through the first Necros format. We'll put it that way. And then I left the game for a very long time. And then I came back and now I just play GOAT. So I am a GOAT player. I'm not like a GOAT player that's like, only GOAT, all other formats suck, you shouldn't play them. I understand why other people like other formats. I just like to play GOAT. Gravekeeper Spy coming down for Agori here. That is going to proc the Torrential Tribute. We knew that was there, so that is our way of just getting that gone. You don't lose a whole lot, honestly. Like, you get to bait out the Torrential. The extra Spy was a +1 you picked up, so cool. You're losing a Moth. Cool, you're losing a Serpent. So, yeah, not a bad proc of the Torrential there. Able to get the Breaker down, take out the other back row, which is main deck Sakuretsu armor. It's pretty interesting. Only problem with returns, if you open it in your opening hand. Yeah. You definitely want it late game. But that's why a lot of people try to figure out the proper balance with the card. Some people play 2, some people play 1. You never see people playing 3. You definitely don't ever want multiples of that card. But it's an interesting balancing act. Figure out how to get return to work. Or at least the most efficiently, I suppose is the way to say it. Tsukiyomi coming down. That can clear Breaker. Okay. Breaker getting out of here. We're setting a back row for Oracle. Passing the turn. So we have Chaos Sorcerer, double Thunder Dragon, Tsukiyomi as the hand, I believe. That's not I mean, the Sork is online, so... Oh, here comes Cold Wave. Oh, boy. What are we doing, Agori? Stein. That's going to do it. That is going to end the game. We're going to go grab our big koala kangaroo. The Master of Oz himself is coming down. All right. Wow. Little flashy Cold Wave there. Lock the opponent down. Just put a casual 4,900 points of damage on the board. Why not? Why not? Love to see it. I love Last Will. I love Cyberstein. I love Cold Wave. This is it. If we can somehow get Cold Wave Monarchs to win the Obelisk, that would go hard. Let me look at Agori's... Okay, so Agori won the first round of this Obelisk and then actually lost to Sui in round 2. So they've been fighting 1, 2, 3. This is their 4th round of the Obelisk. Okay. They've fought out the last couple, well, 1 round in the lower bracket. Actually beat Don't Copy. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Oracle leading off this game too with Thunder Dragon. So we've got 2 of those in hand. We are safe from Trap Dust Shoot for now. I guess you could still send back a Thunder Dragon with a Trap Dust Shoot if you wanted to, but might not be advisable. Let's see what happens here. Do we have a Graceful Charity to follow up? We don't. We just have the old Chaos Turbo T-set. Let's see what Agori does. We just open up on a turn 1 Cold Wave. Probably not. Well, I've seen several turn 1 Cold Waves. Just lock your opponent down for another turn. Maybe play another Cold Wave on the next turn. But we're just going to summon out the Sangan here. See if this can clear the face down. Well, we're not even going to attack. Okay. So, Sangan, the best tribute fodder. Could just be lining up some sort of Monarch here. We're going to see a Jar of Greed for Oracle. And a Delinquent Duo. Pretty good. Take out that first card. That is going to be Zaborg. Okay. So, second Zaborg sighting of the day. And Cold Wave is also going to hit the bin. So, Oracle up about 300 cards here on card advantage, but Agori, of course, could put some big stuff on the board. No back row for Oracle at all. We could see a Grand Marg come down, just take out one of the monsters, slam into the other one, but instead we're just going to see Sangan go to defense. So we really needed that Zaborg over there. It appears Delinquent Duo doing a very good job like it often does. Oracle having a think. We're going to tribute Sinister Serpent for Thunder Dragon. Okay. It's a pretty free tribute there. And we're just going to attack over this Sangan. Can we see some more Stein fireworks here? Hand. Okay. Okay. What are we setting up here, Agori? Sacred Phoenix, not incredible against the Chaos decks, of course. Sork and BLS can come down, take that thing out. You don't get to take advantage of its heavy storm effect. But card can be powerful in general, though. Kaiku here, if this is not answered, this is going to be really good. Take out the Serpent and a Light. Do we have Sakuretsu? We do not. So we are going to get rid of this Serpent. And one of the Thunder Dragons. We get rid of the Thunder Dragon from the board. It's a very good Kaiku here. Agori climbing back in. And we're going to set a back row and pass the turn. So Oracle, without a Chaos play for now, can change that with one simple Raigeki break, of course. Only one Thunder Dragon in hand. I believe that is the only card that we know about currently. Yes. So we'll see how Oracle wants to maneuver this. Of course, the loser of this match is going to be eliminated. Ooh, we're going to summon Breaker. Are we going to try to attack here? Maybe forced to. Maybe this Kaiku is just such a big deal that we want to go ahead and get it cleared now. Risky, of course. Don't know how much in the way of interaction Agori is running as far as being able to stop an attack from a Breaker here. If you break, of course, then you can't attack over the Kaiku. If you attack the Kaiku, you run the risk of a trap and not being able to attack over the Kaiku. And there is the Mirror Force. Breaker's so often so good against Mirror Force, but when you're not able to break, the Mirror Force is going to take care of it. And we get to have Kaiku stay on the board. Sort of maybe a protect the king situation here, but okay. Knight Assailant flipping up, taking out the Kaiku. Interesting sequence there. We went for the potential +2 off of the Breaker when we could have just gotten the +1 with the Knight Assailant, summon Breaker, taking out a back row. I guess playing around Torrential a little bit there. Ooh, they're the pro set Heavy Storm. Desert Sunlight moving Knight Assailant to defense. Little cheeky little play there. We do have Mirror Force though. It is getting gone from the Heavy Storm. Let's see what Agori has to follow this up. We have a back row, okay. And a set monster, okay. Okay, so we use the heavy to pick up a little bit of a plus there. But we didn't have anything to follow it up, really. And now our monster's going to get knocked. That is Sinister Serpent, okay. Maybe trying to set up a Monarch. Some good tribute fodder. Oh, and we have Scapegoats. Okay. Interesting. Let's slap down a little United We Stand on one of these things. Can't tribute those for a Monarch. Oh, we have the hand. I forgot about the hand. That's right. That's right. We can get the Sacred Phoenix here. Oh, yeah. Let's clear this Knight Assailant, get it out of the way. Unfortunately, we do have Dark Light over here for Oracle, so if you're an Agori fan here, you really, really want to fade a Chaos Monster. Sacred Phoenix is powerful and all, but like I said before, Chaos Sorcerer, BLS can come down, just take this thing right on out. And yeah, Oracle going right to the graveyard. We know what's happening here. See which one we've got. If it's BLS, we can clear a token too. But no, Sork coming on down, getting rid of that Sacred Phoenix. Agori in a little bit of a hurtful situation here. Scapegoat, not super valuable against the Chaos Turbo deck. Oh, but BLS is. We are going to bring out BLS here in our wind, water, fire deck. Obviously, we do have a lot of lights and darks as well. We've got the Sangam, we've got the Zaborg, we've got Mystic Tomatoes and everything. Oh. Ooh, yeah, trying to get in there for a little bit of some greedy damage is not going to pay off. Raigeki Break is going to take out the BLS, and we have a knock for the new set, and it's Spy. Wow. Okay. Oracle in a commanding lead here. Agori, of course, does have these goats just chilling, so we're not under an immediate attack. But we're gonna need something. We can't summon a Monarch here. If we had a monster, a Grand Marg here would go nuts. We'll see. Even a Stein could be good here. Go into like a Gatling Dragon, hope to flip 2 heads. Even if you don't, just 1 heads clears the Chaos Sorcerer. You just kind of hope this face down monster isn't something that can deal with the Gatling Dragon. And right now it looks like Night Assailant is the only thing. Oh, there's the Stein. Let's go. Gatling? You need Gatling Dragons? And you're super protected from flipping 3 heads because you can just get rid of a goat token. I'd imagine we're going Gatling here, right? I guess we could go like Dark Blade and attack over Chaos Sorcerer and just try to get into the graveyard a little later. But think you get rid of Stein if 3 heads? You could. Alright, see how good this Gatling Dragon is. There's a Tails. There's a Tails. There's a Heads, alright. So yeah, we clear the face down monster, which is Spy. We just get to attack over this Chaos Sorcerer. Alright, well, you know, Oracle was in a great spot, but Cyberstein, one of the more powerful cards in GOAT format, can turn games around by itself, and here, no play? Man. So we're taking minimum 3,300 here. And we're having to think. Do we have more pressure we can put on the board? I wonder if it's a Monarch. We've only seen Zaborg as far as Monarchs go. I don't know if Agori is playing any other Monarchs, but yeah, if it's a Monarch here, I'm definitely... Oh, what a tribe. Wow. Alright, well, also one of the more powerful cards in GOAT format. Doing its thing here. What does Agori have to fight back with? Having to think. Okay. Tribe's a good one. That is for sure. Yeah, Mirror Force is gone. If we were playing Gillosaurus, there's a chance we could get into a Monarch here. Just like Gillosaurus into Zaborg or something. But instead, we're just going to pass the turn. So let's see how much Oracle wants to push damage here. Yeah, just attacking the goat. That makes a whole lot of sense to me. No need to give up a card. And we're going to set a monster. Alright, Agori. Probably need to do something this turn. Nobleman of Cross Islands, it's an okay start. Get rid of the Moth. What could Moth get here? Duo? Duo would have been pretty powerful. Or a Knock if Agori sets a monster. Oh, Snatch! Okay. And we're just going to get in for 16. Alright. That's going to take a couple of turns to win with. And we're going to set another monster. So there wasn't a Monarch in hand. Interesting. See what Oracle has here. Gain 1,000 up to 22. Kaiku's going to be able to take out Tribe. So that's not bad. So you took a net 600 from that. And then you just get to clear it. You get to turn Agori off of another potential Chaos Monster, though not sure if Agori is playing any Chaos Monsters other than the BLS. I haven't seen a whole lot of lights in the deck, though. Leaving a monster on Agori's side of the field could prove to be fatal here if we have a Zaborg off the top of the deck. Flip Moth. Snatch. Snatch isn't lethal just yet. Do we have another monster to go with it? We do not. Okay. Oracle lives on. Though we can't go for a Chaos play. Leaving the Tribe in the graveyard. Maybe Oracle's got a Premature Burial over here. Just cheeky little Premature Burial in the deck. I guess Tribe wouldn't do it here anyway. Oh, Pot of Greed? We go from one match, just is like back and forth resource grind, to this one, which is like haymakers back and forth. This is great, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, Oracle up to 1100. Heavy Storm to get the Kaiku back. Okay. Okay. Moth getting out of here. So now, now we're back to Agori needing something. And we have another set monster from Oracle. What do we have, Agori? Taking a look at the opponent's banish pile. Are we looking for info before a concession? We have level 2. Okay. Coming down, taking out the face down. Oh, it's Sangan. That's going to be game. Unless Agori has something else to stop an attack here. We do have a face down. Okay, what is gone? I believe Mirror Force is gone. It sure is. Not sure there's a whole lot of interaction over there. But, I mean, one interactive piece could be good here. We're not even going to summon the Deco and go for lethal. We're just going to attack the level 2. We're going to let it go. All right, Agori down to 400. Hand of Nephthys out of here. Magician of Faith out of here. What if we just flip a return from the different dimension? Just look at this. Flip return and just go hard. I doubt return is over there, but we've got another back row. All right. Agori fighting on. It's been a wild game. Kaiku. All right. Kaiku attack is going to be going through. We are going to be set up for a game 3 here. This has been a fantastic match. That one felt wrong. I think it felt right. This is my style of GOAT format. Could be anybody's game here in game 3, man. Oracle holding Delinquent Duo. It's very interesting there. I know Agori had the Serpent in hand, so I get the thought process behind it. But it worked out. Agori able to get into that Chaos Sorcerer. Or, sorry, Oracle able to get into that Chaos Sorcerer. Pretty good. All right, Oracle has finished siding. Agori has not. There we go. We're in here. See if any adjustments were made. See if we can finally have a Monarch actually hit the field. Haven't seen one just yet. We've seen the Zaborg. Just haven't seen it in play. And we're having a big think here on turn 1. Okay. A back row. So we're not going Cold Wave. Just a little T-set pass. Let's see if it works out here. We haven't seen the big Chaos Turbo start yet. Ditch Thunder Dragon, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity. Maybe throw some Upstart Goblins in there. Duo Knock Heavy for good measure, I guess. Why not? And it looks like we're not going to see it again. Okay. Maybe a fairly clean game here. Sounds odd to say that when you've got, Cold Wave Monarch trying to play the unfair game. And at least clean from those incredible stars. But we do have a duo here from Agori, so we're going to start the power here. Let's see if we have a Sinister Serpent to discard. Breaker's out of here. Moth. Okay, well, we set up Chaos. So, not the worst for Oracle, but ditching some powerful cards for sure. Magician of Faith, not online yet, and Agori's just going to pass the turn. Interesting. Of all of the powerful plays, like we've seen Stein. Stein's been powerful, obviously. I guess we saw the hand with Scapegoat, which is a pretty powerful play, just maybe not in the matchup. And here comes a knock, okay. Taking out Spirit Reaper. Deco coming in. Get in for 14. See if Agori can put something together. Obviously, you trade off consistency for power when you're building decks like this, so there's a chance, you know, maybe we just don't have that great of a hand over there. Totally possible. Or, you know, we could just be picking our spots. Maybe we're waiting for a cold wave or a heavy storm to get started, and then start slamming, you know, Cyberstein. A couple of last wills, maybe. Get into Gatling Dragon, blow up the Stein, go get a couple more monsters. But here, we just got a DD Warrior Lady. It's not a bad card. You can attack over this Deco. And it's going to get hit by Mirror Force. Interesting. So we're really wanting to protect this Deco. We already have Dark Light in the graveyard. Okay. I guess not giving Agori a monster is good. Makes it harder to follow up with a Monarch over there. That could have been part of the thinking for sure. All right, Kaiku coming down. That would have been a good one for Mirror Force. Let's see if we have a Sakura. Well, I guess we probably don't have a Sakuretsu, right? We would have used that on the DD Warrior Lady instead of the Kaiku. We could have a Raigeki break. Pushing below 5,000, also a priority. Yep, that makes sense. Get Stein offline. And Kaiku's going to get in there. We have removed the light from the graveyard. Maybe even more key, the Kaiku stays on the board. Oracle just with a Jar of Greed, okay. We're up to 5 cards in hand. What can we do with them? We can summon Tribe. This could get a light in the graveyard. Agori having to think. Do we play Solemn Judgment over there? Imagine you can play Solemn Judgment in Cyberstein decks. A lot of times you just don't see it. Pitching Night Assailant's pretty good. We can get back a Deco. Divine Wrath, let's go. Okay, we're going to Torrential. Okay. Oracle just with a back row. Here comes Scapegoat. Do we have hand in hand? Get out a little Sacred Phoenix here. Maybe it makes its way through. We don't have another light in the graveyard, so it is... Oh, Death Shoot's going to take that hand out if it is in the hand, I would imagine. Saying hand a lot here. So we've got, yeah, we do have hand, Jinzo, Moth, and Storm. Yeah, hand going back for sure. We do get to set the Moth here. Moth can get back Duo or Scapegoat. More importantly, maybe it can be tributed for Jinzo. So Oracle may have to make a decision to get aggressive here. But we're just going to set a monster, okay? Could be another copy of Night Assailant. Man. Flip up this Moth. Get back Duo. Take out 2 cards. Summon a Jinzo. Sounds good to me. Yep. Down to 3,200 we go. Let's see what we hit. Hoping to not put a light in the graveyard. Of course, this could be a face-down Moth for Oracle. Get rid of Kaiku. And Gravekeeper Spy. Okay. Are we going in for the Jinzo? We are indeed going in for the Jinzo. Yep, it is the Deco. Alright, so still no light for Oracle. Traps are turned off. We are at a healthy 7,600 though, and every time I say there's no light, here comes Thunder Dragon. And that could very well be followed up by a Chaos Monster here. Yep, it sure is. So Chaos Sorcerer coming on down. Going to be able to clear this Jinzo no problem. We do still have 4 Go tokens on the board. See, maybe Dueling Book Shuffler Gods gives us a Hand of Nethys here. We can go into Sacred Phoenix and clear the Chaos Sorcerer, but we're just going to be set in a back row. So Oracle back in the driver's seat. Though Trap does shoot, and I guess we'll get to see what's going on here. We know about 2 Thunder Dragons, of course. We have Serpent, Double Thunder Dragon, Heavy Storm. Okay, so actually not a very good hand for Oracle at all. I guess we can clear one of the goats, set Serpent. We could summon Serpent if we really want to, and take out 2 goats. Maybe tribute off for Thunder Dragon in the next turn, but we're just going to leave all 3 in hand. Not thinking about getting aggressive here. Agori going to set a monster. We know it's safe from everything currently. Chaos Sorcerer might be able to attack over it. But we'll see if we can get some value out of that set monster. Yep, Chaos Sorcerer is indeed going to attack and is a Gravekeeper Spy. So we're going to get another Spy from the deck. Do we finally have the Monarch? As we see a set card from Oracle, Cold Wave, Grandmarg would go nuts here. We're having a think. So maybe something flashy we're thinking about. Maybe we just don't have much. Heavy Storm. Okay. Oh, we did know about the Heavy Storm. Okay. Zaborg. Any Zaborgs. Heavy Storm just taking out a Trap Dust Shoot. Nothing huge here. Oh, Snatch Steal. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, you know Oracle's hand is just Serpent, Double Thunder Dragon. Oh, and we do have a... Wait, what? Oh, we activated Chaos Sorcerer. I was like, wait, what happened? I was like, what do we tribute this for? Snatch getting rid of Sork. Okay. Not being greedy and trying to get in some damage, keep the Sork around. We're just getting it out of here. The threat has been vanquished. Here comes Cold Wave. Do we have the Grand Marg? What do we have? Serpent got shuffled back? Oh, Serpent did get shuffled back. I'm sorry. You're right. Thank you, Return Winner. Over here thinking it's Serpent. It's still early for me. My bad. So Cold Wave didn't do anything there. It made sure Gravekeeper Spy got an attack in. Okay, Spy going right back to defense. But yeah, we do still know about double... Oh, Last Will. Come on, Grandmarg. Hand? Ooh, this could be good. Yeah, we go get the Sacred Phoenix. What are we getting off this Last Will? Yeah, so we do still know about... Yeah, we still know about the Storm. The 2 Thunder Dragons. We're going to get a Sangan, okay. Sacred Phoenix getting on in there. Yeah, Sangan joining as well. Just taking the 34 all in one lump. What does Oracle have? Upstart Goblin? Okay. How about another Upstart Goblin? Give us Steinback for Agori. Swords. Swords is a good one. No light in the graveyard. Though we do have Double Thunder Dragon in hand. So we can turn on light anytime we want to, but it looks like Agori's pressure has come to a full stop with the swords. Now Oracle's going to pick up Pot of Greed. That much closer, and Graceful Charity. Okay. Sometimes you feel like you're right there, and you've got the turbo deck beat, and then they're like, here's swords, I need 1 turn, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, and now we're off to the races as the Chaos Turbo deck. I believe Heavy Storm is gone for Agori. It sure is. Yeah, so we need something. We are back in Stein range, which is not a 0 here. Oracle's still digging. Only got 12 cards left in the deck. Set monster. Okay. We are back to Agori. This is the second turn of swords. We really need an MST here to clear this and just hope we can push in for lethal. Because Oracle's probably not going to give you too many more turns. Just a back row. And we have a set monster. Okay. And a pass. Okay, so last turn of swords. May just be waiting it out here. We still haven't seen a monarch. Waiting for a monarch. We haven't seen one on the field. But knock, okay. Take out this monster. Sangan, get out of here. And just a pass. Okay, so swords. It's going to be hitting the bin. Let's see if Oracle has drawn what they need. Only 10 cards left in deck. Check here. Only one Chaos monster is gone. BLS is still live. We have a second Chaos Sorcerer hanging out somewhere. Could have gotten unlucky, and maybe those cards are in the bottom 10. Maybe we're just trying to play in our way into a spot where we win with the BLS or something. Kind of hard to imagine. Well, I guess when you're playing around with Zaborg and now Stein in range and stuff, and being at 3,000 life points, you have to take Ring into account. Could be some difficult maneuvering. Maybe not just slamming the BLS, trying to take over a game you're already ahead in card advantage. And just preserving the win, trying not to lose. See how Oracle wants to play this. They're definitely having a big think here. Back row and another monster, and that's all we've got, okay? Like I said before, though, Agori is going to have to get something going soon-ish, I would imagine. Just because there's no way Oracle's going to be giving a whole lot of turns like this. Yeah, Spy. Get into the graveyard. Do we not have any more spies in the deck? 1, 2. We only have 2 spies. Okay, so it's not going to thin the deck. So that's not going to help your chances of getting to the Chaos monster you need. And here's Heavy Storm from Oracle. We knew about that. I knew about that thanks to Return Winner. I'm sure Agori made note of that somewhere. And we have the Ring on Sacred Phoenix, okay? We're going to put Oracle down to 600. That Sacred Phoenix is going to come back. And there's Call of the Haunted. Okay, so that's getting on out of here. So now, I mean, Oracle's got to do something here. It's so far ahead on card advantage, but like you're getting Heavy Stormed next turn. You could just lose. Now BLS coming down could be big. Okay, Sacred Phoenix can't attack over that. So what can Agori do then? We're going to take out Goat tokens? I don't know about that. What if that's a last card Zaborg? It very well may not be. It probably isn't, but like if Agori draws Zaborg, Sacred Phoenix coming down, Raigeki break, okay, we're pitching Duo, we're getting rid of Spy, okay, we still have the Sangan on the board. Very interesting. If Oracle had dropped that Duo before the Ring on Sacred Phoenix, game would have been over. So, good decision not doing that. Agori having a think, so I don't think we have the Zaborg here. Snatch is gone. DD Warrior Lady's gone. We can't Stein anymore. Could be tough to out this BLS in attack position. Chaos Monster. And it's BLS, okay. BLS taking out BLS. A little bit of cannibalism here. Can Sacred Phoenix clear this monster? We have a Breaker 2. Sacred Phoenix is going to clear the monster, and Agori is going to take this down. Wow. What a match. This is a really good one. So that is... Man. This is the power of Sacred Phoenix here. This card sometimes just leaves your opponent not being able to defend themselves and can come in and take the match. 2400 attack monster that just keeps coming back. Very flavorful, of course, for being a Phoenix. Very awesome card. Love to see that. So we are going to be moving on to the losers finals, which is going to be Anden against Agori. So let's see if we can get some more cold wave action going on here. Hopefully we don't have to wait super duper long again. I guess we're technically in our top 3. It feels weird to put top 3 on here because but we're just doing like different cuts. So change top 4 to top 3. This Oracle was eliminated. We've got losers finals here. Of course, the loser of this next match is going to be out of the Obelisk. They will be eliminated in 3rd place. And the winner is going to go on to face Sui in the grand finals. And of course, Sui only has to win 1 match in the finals to take down the Obelisk. If Agori or Anden make it, they have to win 2. We'll have to go through a bracket reset. It looks like we do have our match here. Hoping for some more haymakers, some big swings here. Top 3 of Obelisk, always hype. I'm gonna have to fight my way back into one of these again. It's so fun to stream them though. Been having fun, a lot of fun streaming these. But Agori gonna be going first. We're gonna lead on a turn 1 cold wave. It is time. It is time. Do we have the Grand Marg? We haven't seen Grand Marg at all. There may actually not be Grand Marg in the deck. But Anden not able to play any spells or traps here. We'll see if we have a set monster. It's always a little bit risky when you see the turn 1 cold wave. But some sort of monster play is the only play you've got here. It's hard to just do nothing. Sometimes that is the right thing to do. Just make Cold Wave a complete -1. Of course, maybe you're playing into a Agori strategy that way as well. Maybe we see a Cyberstein come down and just deal massive amounts of damage. So if you do nothing, you are running a risk as well. And Anden certainly thinking about it. Big decision here on turn 1. We have Exiled Force, okay. That's a pretty good one, especially hit a Moth. So now Agori can't get that Cold Wave back. And Anden grabbing some Thunder Dragons, but the board is clear. Do we have a Cyberstein? We have another Cold Wave, okay. And a set monster. All right. And a set monster from Anden. All right. Okay. It is Monarch time. Flip Spy. That's a good start. That's a good start. If we have a Zaborg here, could be getting in there. Spy in defense position. We have a Graceful Charity first. Okay. Willzaborg is game. Yeah, that's true. See if we can pick it up off this Graceful Charity. We did Sangan, Call of the Haunted, a couple of back row, and a pass. Okay. Well, that's that's a little anticlimactic here. See what we've got off of this dust chute. Interesting use of the cold waves. I guess we probably had the Graceful Charity in hand, so we're thinking maybe we can get into something with the Graceful Charity, so we just go ahead and lock it down for a little bit. But didn't happen. We are sending Dawn back. We have Ring Snatch is getting out of here with that duo. Not what Agori wanted to see. We've got two Thunder Dragons, Ring, Jar, Rhoda in hand for Anden, and we are going to go into Gravekeeper Spy, probably just going to be trading with the attack position Spy. I guess we could summon out a Thunder Dragon if we wanted to, so we don't have to trade, but we're just going to Rhoda. Yeah, Sasuke, yeah, just go ahead and clear all the spies. Get Agori down to one card. Mirror Force would be nice here. But doesn't look like it's over there. Agori's on one card. We've got a whole bunch over here for Anden. 6 to be exact. And we do know 2 of those are Thunder Dragons, but okay. Agori drawing a Pot of Greed off the top. That's pretty good. Still at a healthy 8,000 life as well. Do we have a big play here, though? We do not. Just a pass. So now Anden. I mean, I would read that that's not a Mirror Force back there. But see how aggressive they want to get. Jar of Greed picking up another card. Get a little bit more information. Walks right into a trap dust chute. Okay, so now you know if you get to summon something, you're just good to go. We did flip the trap dust chute. A little quickly there. I think Anden is trying to say they had priority, which they do. That's one of those things where it's just so hard to communicate because, like, uh, that is not how that works. You don't have priority to ditch Thunder Dragon. Hold on. Don't know. Can I just message? No, you do not have priority to use Thunder Dragon because there's a resolution window after the Jar of Greed where both players have the ability to use a quick play effect. Our spell speed 2. I'm just gonna message the chat here. I don't think I'm wrong here. Because you have the resolution window. But it's not quite accepted game state. I just want to make sure we're good here. Bring this up really quick. Okay. They did not continue playing other cards. After the window, the Thunder Dragon was sent to the graveyard and just tried to attack in for 3,000, but I think that's an easy backup. We'll see. We got Fox in here. We'll clear it up. After the resolution of Jar of Greed, it should be turn player has priority to activate a spell speed 2 effect, and if they pass priority there, then Agori would have priority to activate a spell speed 2 effect, and Thunder Dragon is not one of those. So now, if this was just main phase 1 is here in an open game state, then yes, Anden would have priority to use the Thunder Dragon. But we'll see. We'll let Fox handle this. That's why we have a judge. And if we have made it far enough where it's accepted game state, then cool. We'll call it accepted game state, but just want to make sure we got this right. Big match here. Don't know, how consequential the trap dust shoot would be, but we've got a world's invite on the line. I just want to make sure everything's all good here. TD can go with Prio after chain resolves? That's why. That's weird. Okay, well, we got it right. My bad. Some interesting... The rules I have read are wrong. Okay, yep. That's in later formats? Okay, well, all right. Oh, a fast effect. Or, okay. Okay. Yep. I just had it wrong a little bit there. It's not spell speed 2, so I got that a little confused. It's fast effect or monster ignition effect. So that works. That works. All right, we're good here. Just making sure everything is right, but yeah, Anden is gonna pick up this first game. See if Agori can climb back, win the game 2, game 3. If not, we're gonna be going to another rematch. We'll have Anden and Sui in the grand finals. Of course, Sui picked up that one hard-fought match. in the upper bracket. We'll see if we can pick it up again. Okay. Here we are. Imagine Agori is going to be going first here. Maybe we see some more cold waves. Maybe we can. Still haven't seen a Monarch hit the board from Agori's side. We've seen several cold waves. We've seen some Steins. We've seen Sacred Phoenix, BLS, but we're going to lead on a Mystic Tomato and just pass the turn here. So not that powerful of a start from Agori. We see Thunder Dragon immediately hit the graveyard for Anden and right into a Graceful Charity. So now we do have that super powerful Chaos Turbo start that I was talking about before. And we're thinking on the second discard, do we have a Serpent as well? Maybe we want to get a Dark into the graveyard, just clear this Mystic Tomato with a Chaos Monster. Don't feel like that's the case. But we do see all of the Thunder Dragons hit the bin here. And we drop down a Rhoda. Let's see if we want to get it here. Maybe DD Warrior Lady. Yep, we do get the DD Warrior Lady. That can clearly clear. This can cleanly clear this Mystic Tomato. Just get them on out of here. Little 1-for-1 trade. Don't let that tomato get any value. No Sangan or Cyberstein for Agori. Let's see how we want to fight back. We do have a couple of back row for Anden. It looks like no Trap Dust Shoot. Okay. We just see a T set from Agori and a pass. See if Anden can punish this a little bit. If we can get a little bit of aggression going, maybe make some profitable trades here. We are up in cards already. Exiled Force, that would be a profitable trade when you're up. Yeah, take out. Well, it's kind of a dead moth. I wonder if we're just over there trying to set up some sort of a tribute play. A Resolved Jinzo could go hard here. Assuming those are traps down for Anden. And Kaiku, okay. Attacking on in. Can we get this Kaiku through? Would be a juicy one for Anden to remove from the field, of course. Kaiku, famously very good against Chaos Turbo on an open field. We're going to think about it. We are going to let the attack through, okay. So get rid of the Exiled Force, so get rid of one of the Thunder Dragons. And we've got a Kaiku on the board for Agori, very powerful. We get one more attack in, we can remove the other two Thunder Dragons, and that would put Anden on presumably just 2 lights left in the deck. Don't know the exact deck list, but I was thinking of most Chaos Turbo decks just playing, well, I guess unless you count BLS. 3 lights then, I guess. BLS, double Magician of Faith. Okay, we have a second Jar of Greed, so gaining a little bit more info, grabbing some more cards, digging through the deck. Oh, he has Sasuke as well. Yeah, right. That's right. I forgot about the Sasuke. We also have DD Warrior Lady in this deck. I need to switch over from Chaos Turbo to to Chaos Warrior. That's right. So yeah, and in with several lights, but taking out those lights pretty good. Okay, we are going to tribute the Kaiku, and we do finally see the Zaborg come down for Agori. Let's see if the attack can go through. We clear the Gravekeeper Spy. We run right into a Scapegoat, okay? So we're playing a little bit of the control package over here. We got the Scapegoat. This, I think that's what was making me think a little bit more like Turbo. This is playing more of like the flip effect a little bit more of the turbo game than, say, the Chaos Warrior deck from Pikatron. In that style, which makes the scapegoat package make a little bit more sense here as well. See if Anden has any sort of answer here. We are actually kind of even on card advantage now. Unless you want to count the goats as 3 cards, but I don't think I would. They are stopping attacks, but they are just kind of sitting there. Can turn into cards if you have a Metamorphosis or something like that, but Exile Force coming down, okay. Take out this face-down monster. It is a Magician of Faith. That's a good one to hit. We did have a Graceful Charity and a Rhoda in the graveyard. So, pretty good trade there for Agori. We're not out of this. Anden does find another light in the graveyard, though. But no dark. No, sorry. Gravekeeper Spy did hit the graveyard from the Zaborg, so we do have light dark. And we also have Delinquent Duo. Okay. And we are rolling, and we are re-rolling, and we are re-rolling, and we're going to be hitting that card, which is a Breaker the Magical Warrior. And Agori with a Sinister Serpent to discard to the duo, so not the best duo in the world, but that's okay. Snatch still pretty good on the Zaborg, though. And we are just gonna do the Ruiner of all plans, yeah. Actually, the duo end up being better because we do get the breaker out of there, so it can't break the Snatch Steal now. All right. Sakuretsu coming down on the Zaborg. It's going to pick up a plus for and1 there, or and-in, so pretty good. I guess you can call it an and1. It's like a +1 in basketball, right? Gory will be getting the Sinister Serpent back, so not super down on cards, but no board presence at all. And this deck, of course, wants at least some amount of a board presence so that it can set up its bigger plays. We'll see how Agori plays this turn. Having to think. All right. Throwing down a Kaiku's pretty good here. At least stops the Chaos plays. Do we want to attack? We do. Okay. That makes sense to me. We clear a goat token. Maybe... Oh. All right. Well, Zom coming down, taking out Kaiku. So, and that's another dark that can potentially hit the graveyard to turn on Chaos. It is already on. We do have that Gravekeeper Spy in the graveyard, but maybe Zombra can help fuel extra Chaos. Something like that. Okay, just a set monster from Agori. Think if we had an advantage bar, it would be firmly in favor of Anden here. I gotta get an advantage bar going on some of these streams eventually. I've talked about it a few times. I think actually Petty offered to code that for me. I need to hit him up and make him fulfill his promise. All right, we're gonna attack over hand. Okay, so if we're just setting hand, that's not great for Agori here. Probably a little bit of a weak hand. We do know one of the cards is Sinister Serpent. And just not much going this game from Agori's side. We did get to summon that Zaborg. We did have a couple of Kaikus, but looking a little anemic right now, that's for sure. We have a T set and a pass over to Anden. That could be the Sinister Serpent we know about. Doesn't have to be. We'll see if we hold back the Zombra for another turn. Maybe we have a BLS come down. But no, I'm just going to have a Rhoda. Okay. Don't hate this. See if we grab Donald. No, we're just going to get the Sasuke. Okay. Okay, Sasuke coming down. We're just going for pressure here. I don't hate it. Yep, Zom attacking into the face down. Oh, it's Gravekeeper Spy. Okay, well, one of those is going to be sent packing immediately with this Sasuke, but we do have another spy, so another Zaborg here would be pretty good. I mean, there's a chance, like, Last Will Zaborg could could be lethal here again, depending on Gatling Dragon flips. Of course, Anden could have some sort of interaction in that back row to deal with that. It's a nice little thought, though. Oh, there's a heavy storm. What say you, Anden? We're doing something powerful here, I would imagine. We're having to think on it. If this is Raigeki break for the spy. Okay, it is Raigeki break for the spy. How badly does that hurt Agori? We may have been trying to set up some sort of a Monarch play here. Oh, Tribe? Well, that's good. Yeah, you got Serpent, so we're just protecting the Tribe, and we discarded Heavy Storm. Okay, okay. We get rid of the Warriors, we attack over the Goat, we have a game. Set a back row. Anden draws a card. I don't think we know any cards in Anden's hand, right? Thunder Dragons are gone. Oh, little tribe on tribe violence here. Just gonna go ahead and trade. That's a good trade for Anden being up on cards. And we are going right to the graveyard. Get that Sinister Serpent back. Do we have anything here that's more than just set Serpent? We have set back row, not set Serpent. Okay. Interesting. So we're not setting up for a Monarch play on the next turn. We could have something like a Call of the Haunted, though. Call is still live. We do have this little hand of Nephthys in the graveyard. We also have Kaiku, which is kind of interesting. See how this plays out. Don't know either of those back row. Okay, we are just going to go ahead and go for a Chaos Monster here for Anden. Right into a Torrential Tribute. Okay. Okay, that's good for Agori. Do we have any other pressure? We are 4,900, so like Stein itself is lethal. If we can somehow get that pushed through. Stein plus Master of Oz, of course, 4,900 damage exactly. Even a Ryu Senshi could do some work here. Delinquent Duo. All right. Going down to 6,600, getting this last card out of Anden's hand. Can we discard a BLS here? Metamorphosis, okay. It's not a bad one to deal with either. Taking a look at the opponent's graveyard. What do we have? We know there's Sinister Serpent in hand. We don't know that back row, though. What could it be? See another back row for Anden. What does Agori have here? We know the Heavy Storm's already gone, but we do have Cold Wave in the deck, so there's not, like, all we have to do is draw a Cold Wave and a Stein and we end the game. Anden not playing anything on their turn. Now we see a set for Agori. Okay, here's Breaker. It's a pretty good one. Yep. Take out the Sakuretsu armor. That's pretty good. What if we just attack into a Mystic Tomato? Agori goes and gets, well, never mind. We have a knock. Oh, it was a Moth. Okay. Moth could have been pretty good there. Get back this Heavy Storm. Very good knock from Anden there. And Breaker just going to get on in there. This would put Agori down to 5,000, which would take him out of Stein range. And there is the Call of the Haunted. Okay. We're going to target Kaiku. Yep. And we have the MST from Anden. Okay. So we've got all of the answers. We know the last card in hand from Agori is Sinister Serpent, I believe. Yes, that is correct. So trying to protect the life points to stay within Stein range. We're unsuccessful in that. Stein is no longer activatable. And we're just going to set a monster and pass the turn. So favor. Oh, that's a big knock here. Getting rid of the Sinister Serpent. Yeah, we have turned the tide very firmly back into Anden's favor. Agori down to 3,400. Presumably nothing to defend with. Or could have another monster in hand, but we're going to set a couple of back row. Okay. Maybe stuff to protect with here. We'll see. Pot of Greed off the top. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good for the Chaos Warrior player here. Do we want to add extra pressure to the board? We know Torrential is gone. Mirror Force is still live, but Sangan, totally fine one to throw into Mirror Force. But we do have that Scapegoat over there, okay? So we've got a little bit of protection. Do clear 2 goats and just set another back row. Snatch Steal. Okay. We take the Breaker, presumably. MST's gone. And we're just going to attack into the Sangan, okay? This isn't much in the way of pressure necessarily, but it does take some pressure off of you if you're Agori. So could be a good play here. We're just grabbing Sinister Serpent. Maybe we have a Metamorphosis. I've seen one already go to the graveyard from Delinquent Duo. Go back up to 5,300 life points. We can just sit on Sinister Serpent forever and gain 1,000 life points every turn. And in thinking about it, could definitely have a Chaos Monster at this point. We've only seen the one Chaos Sorcerer. So presumably second Chaos Sorcerer and BLS are live. And we're having to think about it. This is a crucial match, of course. You want to make sure you're playing these end games correctly. Definitely want to give yourself the best shot possible at a World's Invite. Okay. We continue to think. We've gone through 2 thinky face emojis now. What do we have? We're reviewing our own graveyard now. And is down to 6 cards in deck. But I don't think we're going to make it to a deck out win here. Especially because we know there's at least a BLS in the deck. I imagine there is a second Chaos Sorcerer. Some of the Chaos Warrior decks opt to only play one. I feel like we saw the second one earlier in the Sui match, but I might be wrong about that. Quite a few things have happened since then. Wasn't paying super close attention on Chaos Sorcerer numbers specifically. And we are still thinking. Okay, we summon Serpent, flip Torrential, so that's going to clear the board. And we're going to follow up with BLS. Okay. Well, do we have the Mirror Force now? 2 Sakus, Torrential are gone. Ring? Ring is still live. We could ring the BLS. That would put Agori at 400, but we're going to take all 3,000 points of damage. That is not great if you're an Agori fan. We might be seeing this match come to a close fairly soon. We're going to have a back row and a pass. So we'll see if that is real or not. See if Anden has, maybe a Raigeki breakdown. We want to pop it here in the standby. No, we do not. Okay. But BLS is going to get on in there. Do we have the Mirror Force? We do not. So Anden is going to take this one. We are going to be moving on to the grand finals here. And we have a rematch. We have Anden on Chaos Warrior playing against Sui here in the finals. And get the exclamation point going for finals. All right, so we had a Last Will and a Cold Wave set. So, yeah. Love the deck from Agori. Congratulations to them on the top 3. Unfortunately, not able to take it down here. Monarchs will make it back there one day. But yeah, here we are. I'm gonna pull up the Discord here just to make sure we don't have any communication about any breaks or anything. We've been moving pretty smoothly between the matches here. We did have to wait a little bit to get going this morning, but that's all right. I'll just wait on Sui or Anden to host up. We can get this going for our grand finals. Once again, as always in these obelisks, we do have a World Championship invite on the line. And we do have Sui making it to the finals here from the winner's side. So Sui only has to win 1 match. Anden has to win 2. Got to go through a bracket reset there. We did see Sui beat Anden earlier in the stream today in the top 4. So Sui, of course, hoping to pull that back, or run that back, and get the win here in just 1 match, so we don't have to sweat a second one. And we've got a few Sui fans here in the chat today. I'm sure they'd love to see Sui take this down as well. And here we go. The match is up. We are in our grand finals. Okay, Sui has to get the door. Always important to make sure you have your golem sentries. It's a terrible joke. I like to call golem sentry the door. Sometimes play a lot of golem sentries. Love me some Pac-Man. Unfortunately, no Pac-Man in this obelisk, and yeah, well, no Pac-Man in any obelisk, unfortunately. But that's okay. We settle for Chaos Return. Zogler brought it to an obelisk once? Awesome. I did not know that. Did Zogler make it to the obelisk with Pac-Man, though? Or was that just a choice for the obelisk? Pac-Man's definitely a deck that I would bring to an obelisk. But I might be a little Lakuta pilled over here. Think it was just for obelisk? Okay. It's a tough climb up the academy ranks with Pac-Man. I've tried it a couple of times. Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to play something just like stock and raw. Have people scout you. Get to the obelisk, slam some Pac-Man on them. It was the exact opposite of what I did in my last obelisk run. I played the same 55 all the way from Slifer to obelisk. We are chilling here. Just waiting for Sui to get back. Hopefully everything's all right. We can get this match going. The last match we saw these duelists play, it was a bit of a slog. Took a while, but a lot of just clogged board states and all that, having to fight through. But it was a good match. It was a very good match. Not complaining about it, but yeah, he had to answer the door, but you know. Sometimes answering the door can turn into a little bit longer of a process depending on what's going on with the answering of the door. But yeah, we're all good. We're all good. We're back here. The finals match has started. We've got some Thunder Dragons for Anden. Just a set back row and a pass of the turn. Sweet. We've got more than a T set. We've got a monster and 4 back row. So presumably a Solemn Judgment over there. Maybe we're just going AJT BLS style, just no Solemn Judgment, just, you know, we'll just set them all. I've seen AJT do that a couple of times. See how Anden wants to combat this. Pro set heavy. Yep, there is the Solemn Judgment. So Sui very quickly going down to 4,000 life points, but we don't have to worry about the Heavy Storm anymore. Here comes Rhoda. All right. We have the level 2. See if this attack can go through. We do know Sui has Sakuretsu's in the main here. And Book of Moon. That is another good way of protecting from the level 2. That's for sure. And, okay, well, we have a follow-up knock, too. We get the spies out of there, which is normally very powerful, but can backfire in this matchup, of course. Return from the different dimension. Very good card, very powerful. Get those spies back, attack for 3,600. We're not quite there to wanting to do that. Obviously, with Anden at 8,000 life points, we're still in this early game, but we do have a Sasuke coming down from Sui. Presumably trying to attack over this level 2. We do get on in there, and the level 2 is vanquished all the way to the graveyard. Anden, we know, still has double Thunder Dragon, right? Yeah, we still have double Thunder Dragon in hand. But we do also have a tribe here. So maybe we can pitch one of those Thunder Dragons? Yeah. We get rid of the Sasuke. Pretty good. Does Sui have an answer for this? Not currently. Sui down to 2,400. We are going a whole lot faster than we did in our last match with these duelists. And we've seen a lot of tribes fighting tribes today. See if Sui's tribe can take out Anden's. It does. And just a passing of the turn. So we know about one Thunder Dragon now from Anden. We have 3 other cards in hand. We've got this back row, of course. And we have Donald. Okay. Gonna need an answer for this one. Maybe you let the tribe go because you can trade with it with your tribe, but don't really want to ditch that last card in your hand to a Dawn here. Ugh. We just take it immediately, and it's BLS. Wow. Okay. Is Sui on the winner's side? Yes, Sui is on the winner's side. And here is a graceful charity for Anden. Very good pickup here. We're snowballing a little bit. May see a quick game 1 pickup from Anden. Do a quick chaos check. We just have lights in the graveyard as we see the 3rd copy of Thunder Dragon hit the bin. What else do we want to discard here? And we're having a think on the 2nd discard. Do we want to discard a dark? Turn on a chaos play? Could be pretty powerful. We haven't summoned this turn. Yeah, we discard Zombra, which is actually a pretty good one to discard here. And, we have to use the return here to protect our life points. It's unfortunate. We go all the way down to 500, but we're not dead. So, not all is lost, but that is definitely not what you want to see if you're the return player. Yeah, those spies are going to get on out of here. Luckily for return, though, it does banish the cards. So if you pick up another return, you can use them. Here comes a Snatch Steal. Okay. This is a way to turn around the game, right? Donald, all those Thunder Dragons have already been gone. We know there's not a... Well, we don't know there's not a Sinister Serpent in hand, but we can probably pretty safely assume. Hitting a Mind Control, not the best I've ever seen in the world, but... You know, just taking cards out of Anden's hand could help with a little bit of a comeback here for Sui. Interesting what those back row are. We are going to go for a Chaos play on Anden's in. Chaos Sorcerer attack is lethal here, and I mean, the back row haven't really been used to stop attacks, so I'd be inclined to just get in there. Go for game. Get it over now. But we'll see how Anden wants to play it. Anden has played... Well, it was just that first match was played conservatively in a lot of spots from both players, but, you know, they definitely went on the offensive when they felt like they needed to. So I don't want to say they're just playing conservatively and, you know, not picking their spots for aggression, but definitely thinking about being a little bit conservative here. You are up on cards. So there is that little bit of why squander my good position when I can just, you know, keep adding to it. And looks like that is what's going to happen. Yeah, we're going to summon Exiled Force to try to go in for lethal. So yeah, I don't hate that play since we had a follow-up, and it is going to work out for Anden. I'm going to pick up game 1 here. If Anden wins this next game, we will have a bracket reset, and we will have one more match. If Sui wins the next 2, we will be donezo with the Obelisk. Both players siding here. We've got a little bit of overlap in each deck, so it's kind of interesting how how they want to attack this. Anden, of course, even though playing the warrior package is a little bit more like Chaos Turbo, we're playing the spies. We've got the moths in the main, all of that good stuff. Sui, of course, a little bit more aggressive. We've got Shining Angels going on as well. We've got the return package. So one deck, obviously a little bit more aggressive than the other, but both definitely able to throw down some aggressive threats, play the game like that. Sui is done siding. Just waiting on Anden to get this game 2 going here. Grab some more water. Kind of like to see, kind of love to see both of these strategies up here, right? Return, not a whole lot of love in the meta, even though Return is a very, very powerful card, and I think it's a very powerful strategy. And Chaos Warrior, also not a love in the meta. Just like to, we're going to have Chaos in some form, in GOAT format, just because the Chaos cards are so good. But nice to see some different flavors of Chaos making it in. Here we see Sui start on a T-set pass. See if Anden has the good start again. Took a while to get to the Graceful Charity, I suppose. We didn't have it as a start in game 1, but we did see Thunder Dragon and Graceful Charity. But we don't see that here on turn 1. We see a flipped Spy from Sui. Do we have a Zaborg coming? Spy in attack mode. And yeah, we do. Zaborg has entered the battlefield, and we're going to take out the opposing Gravekeeper Spy. And barring a Mirror Force, we could be getting some big damage in early. Okay. I mean, Ring takes out the Zaborg, but we do still get in for that full 3,600 damage here. So Anden down to 4,400. We pick up a little plus with the Zaborg there. Things looking good for Sui. We do have a Gravekeeper Spy in attack position, just kind of chilling though. But we've got a back row. Maybe we protect it. Maybe we'll just let it go. Who knows? Maybe Anden sets a monster. And Sui plays another Zaborg. I don't know how many Zaborgs are in the list, but we do have a Sakuretsu for the Sasuke. So Gravekeeper Spy is going to live. That does set up Light and Dark in the grave for Anden. So Chaos is online. But we just see one back row from Anden. So Sui, yeah, good to just go ahead and attack him with his Gravekeeper Spy. Probably safe from any interaction, but Anden down to 3,200. Sui is definitely getting in there with some aggression and pushing this game early. See if Anden has anything to deal with this face down monster or this Gravekeeper Spy. We do have another back row for Sui, so maybe we protect our stuff again. Just a face down monster from Anden, okay. Could be another Spy, though we've seen there are only 2 copies of Spy in Anden's list, so here comes Breaker, trying to pick up another +1. Oh, we hit the Mirror Force? What a beautiful Breaker. Anytime Breaker hits a Mirror Force, it's just like the best feeling in the world. And we have, okay, Chaos Sorcerer. We don't quite have BLS to clear the face down monster here, but yeah, we're going for game. Breaker coming on in. What do we have, Anden? Gonna need something good here. Unless this is your second copy of Gravekeeper Spy, I'd imagine the Breaker's just going to be able to clear this. Oh, we Saku the Breaker. Okay. Shining Angel attack. Tsukuyomi, flip down Chaos Sorcerer. Wow. Okay. So we have stifled the aggression this turn, but Saku on Breaker, flip down Chaos Sorcerer is not really the turn that you wanted if you're an Anden fan. Want something a little bit better than that, but okay. Exiled Force being able to take care of the Chaos Sorcerer is pretty good, but you still need something because you're facing down 2600 attacking here with no Mirror Force. Sui just slamming Deco. We're going for lethal. Yeah, Torrential Tribute's not real. It cannot hurt you. We are going to force a game 3. So, pretty good, pretty good. One more game for Sui to win. Anden needs to pick up at least 3 more games. But pretty fast games out of the gate in this match, much unlike the first match that we saw between these players in the top 4. What a good, exciting one. This has been a good tournament. So far, a good top 4, as they usually are. Had to stop to call a judge for a second, but that was my bad. I got some I got some rulings mixed up there, but you know, that only took about a minute or so, so pretty smooth, pretty good top 4. We've had some long grind 'em out games. We've had some haymaker games. We've had some just like big aggression and grinding out a few +1s like we've had in this one. Yeah, I had no fear of Torrential. Torrential's not real. Torrential is not real. It cannot hurt you. Don't don't look at the recent deck list of top 8s of events where Chaos Turbo players are playing Torrential in the main again. Um, just don't look at it. It's not there. It's all good. But yeah, it definitely could have had a Solemn back there, for sure. Either way, I kind of don't hate the play, honestly. Anden over here lagging a little bit, but should be getting to game 3 here momentarily. Hopefully a good end to this match. We've seen very little Trinity from both of these players in both matches so far. So been pretty clean games here. What word do you think is said more on DB, GL, or lag? I'm gonna say probably GL. If I had to guess, I know like GL. Well, some people say good luck for every single game. That's kind of funny. You see GL right after Anden says lag there. Yeah, GG is said a lot. A lot of people say GG after every single game as well. But between lag and GL, I'm probably gonna have to go with GL. All right, Anden with a T set pass to start. What do we have for Sui? Got a monster. All right. 2 T sets and pass. So nobody starting off on the old Pot of Greed, Delinquent Duo, Graceful Charity start. Maybe a nice clean game again. Flip up Gravekeeper Spy for Anden. Okay. Yeah, lag is said usually multiple times, but I feel like lag's not said a whole lot of times. Whereas good luck or GL is used like very often to start like almost every game. Maybe not every game, maybe like half or something. But it's probably pretty close. I'd be interested in seeing the numbers on that actually. I think that'd be pretty cool. as Anden attacks a spy into a spy. So here we've got a board state more like the first match that we saw these players play, just building the spy walls on both sides. Asura Priest. Okay. Yeah, we know Anden is playing Scapegoat technology, so that makes a whole lot of sense. That could have been really good to attack over level 2 and spy here, but instead it's just going to meet a Sakuretsu and go right onto the graveyard. And here we see the first Pot of Greed for Anden. Can we snowball that into some more Trinity? Or are we just going to stop there with the Pot of Greed? Rhoda? Rhoda's very good here. We can get a Sasuke. If Sui doesn't have anything to stop this attack, could be looking at more pluses for Anden here. Spy going right to defensive position, and there is a Torrential Tribute. Okay, so that's going to clear the board. And that it's definitely going to favor Sui, at least in the card advantage game from the Torrential Tribute, though Anden is still up a card. See a Shining Angel here. Coming on down, swinging in. We do get in for 1,400. Okay, so Shining Angel is the light that Sui needs. No, Asura Priest already in the graveyard. That's right. Checking Anden's graveyard. We have Light Dark over here. Here comes Metamorphosis on a Sinister Serpent, trying to go for Thousand Eyes Restrict play. Do we have another Book of Moon? We do not. Shining Angel gonna get sucked over here. Thousand Eyes Restrict coming in for 1,400. Let's see if Sui has an answer here. We needed that Shining Angel. No. Once again, Asura Priest in the graveyard. We didn't need the Shining Angel to get to the graveyard. Let's see if we have a Chaos play here. Try to take out the Thousand Eyes Restrict. We do not. Okay. Anden looks to be in a pretty good lead here. That Torrential Tribute was good, but looks to not be game breaking. We're going to go for a Rhoda here. Maybe, yep, for an Exiled Force. Get that face down monster out of here. Nice Kinetic Soldier. Goodbye. Oh, and we have the Widespread Ruin. Okay. So we'll get Thousand Eyes Restrict out of here. But Anden's still up a bunch of cards here. It's going to be 5-3 on the turn cycle. Yeah, we can't set that monster. We already had the Exiled Force summon. That's okay. That's okay. A lot of times that gets missed because Exiled Force almost like feels like a spell, which is like destroy your monster, put it right in the graveyard. We just see another back row for Sui and a pass, and we are back over to Anden. Here's Delinquent Duo. Only a 1-for-1 here. We do discard the Zaborg, which is kind of sad, but it's okay. Here comes Sangan getting in there for 1,000. No Dimensional Prison in this format. Oh, we're going right to the graveyard. We drew the Chaos Monster. Do we have BLS or do we have Chaos Sorcerer? Chaos Sorcerer, okay. It's coming down in attack position. Sasuke's gone, but of course there could be a premature burial. All right, they're picking up a quick +1 here off of the Sangan. Love that. How's the bracket work in Obelisk? Thought you missed the finals. So we just went through the losers finals. It's a double elimination tournament, so we are in the grand finals now. These are the only 2 players remaining. Sui is in the finals from the winner's bracket. So if Sui wins this match right here, the tournament is over and Sui wins. If Anden, another Solemn Judgment. Oh man, things are looking great for Sui here as long as there's no ring. But to finish up what I was saying, if Anden wins this match, then we go to a bracket reset, and Anden has to win another match against Sui. Yeah, Sangan was banished. Yeah, Sork got it out of here. Ooh, we have a knock here for the Shining Angel. Do we have anything that can attack? We don't have anything that can attack and end the game here. So Sui still lives on here. We are not done. Still no pressure from Anden. We're giving Sui all kinds of time. Here comes Breaker. Okay. Stonks are up for the return player. If we have a return here, we've got lethal for that. We know Mirror Force is gone. There goes Sakuretsu. We attack him with Breaker. Scapegoat, okay. We clear a Scapegoat token. We're going to give Anden a little bit more time here. I believe, yeah, we have Sinister Serpent in hand. So, as long as I didn't miss anything while I was explaining how the bracket works. But I'm pretty sure we have Serpent in hand. It's not in the graveyard. It's not banished. We didn't send it back with a Trap Dusty, right? No. Here comes Tsukuyomi. That can clear Breaker. Do we have an answer for Suk? We do. Book of Moon the Suk. Very nice. We're working our way into a position where, man, if that last card is a return, we could take this one down. It's going to be an exciting finish for this one for sure. Pot of Greed. There we go. Good for Sui enjoyers. Gravekeeper Spy coming on down. Yep. Okay, we are pressing. Yep. Flip the Breaker back up. Mirror Force is gone. No fear. Get in there. Get the Tsukuyomi down. You gotta flip down the Breaker. There's no way you're flipping down the Gravekeeper Spy. And just attack in. Okay. We do still have, well, I guess this is the third Spy, so you could flip it down, I guess. But, okay, here comes Zombra. That's not lethal, of course. But a good 900 chunk is not nothing. Oh, we're going to Solemn the Zombra of the Dark. Is this last card a return? Wow. We're going down to 700. If Anden responds with a Solemn Judgment here, that could end the game. Of course, we don't know what this other back row is. I'm just saying preemptively, if it is a return, we could win the game here. Little bit of risk involved here. It could be another Solemn Judgment. Yeah, okay. So now we need protection, or the Zombra is just going to kill Sui. But if it is protection, Sui's got a good shot here. Just need another monster of at least 1200 or 800 attack, really. Because the normal summon has been used. We can clear the goat with a Gravekeeper Spy. What are we doing here, Anden? You got to play around the removal, maybe, but you kind of want to go for the lethal here, right? But seeing the Solemn Judgment, you know, Sui ripped it off, but you have to imagine Sui calculated it, right? And thought, you know, if this goes badly for me, then I have a backup. Anden really putting some thought into it here. It's quite a finish. Gonna be quite a finish to this match. All three Solemn Judgments are gone. Widespread Ruin is gone, but we know Sui is on Saku's. Gonna need that to be a Saku or a Book of Moon or something like that here. If you attack and it's a Saku, you risk losing to probably any monster in Sui's deck. Pretty close, I would imagine. If you don't attack, then you miss out on the chance for lethal. I think. Yeah, okay. We're going to go for it. Oh, we're going to battle phase. Then we're going to think some more. Do we have it, Swee? We have Dust Tornado. Okay. Anden is going to win the match and force a bracket reset. What a great end to that match. But yeah, we're gonna get the reporting in, and then they're going to do a rematch, and then we will have one more match to end it all here. Whoever wins this next match is going to win the Obelisk. And okay, they're gonna rehost after a break. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, whoever wins this next match gonna win the Obelisk. Going to get an invite to the Goat Format World Championship. Very good match. Just about every match we've had today has been very good. And you love to see that. If your opponent has used Solemn, this is usually a last resort. I don't actually know about that in that situation. Uh, I think there's reason to think that there still could have been um some sort of something back there, because if you let the Zombara go, I guess they're like there's both ways of thinking. It can be the last resort, because if you let the Zombara go, it is going to eat your board because you don't have anything. But there's also I guess a little bit of the mind game where it's like, I solemn the Zombara here because it puts me in a good position to just win, and maybe, showing the opponent that I'm willing to solemn here when there's a decent chance you could read that the opponent had solemn, maybe makes them think that, you do have the answer to the solemn. But yeah, I don't hate the attack at all. But definitely totally can read that as a last resort. I don't hate that. Could definitely hold off on the Saku, or hold off on the solemn with the Saku. That would make sense as well. Let's see. Oh, I'm not on the GOAT page. Here we go. Yeah, we do not have our matchup yet. It's kind of interesting. So I guess we didn't use the Dust Tornado there. We of course, had a chance where we could have Dust Tornadoed and in Solemn. And that potentially could have saved the game there. But we would have had to have done that preemptively, of course, before the Zombara was summoned. And pretty hard play to make there. Unless you just have like the absolute soul read that was a solemn down. Probably a little bit too far into the mind games to think, yeah, I'm going to solemn here even though I have the Sakuretsu. Oh, here we go. We have our match. Last match of the Obelisk. Hopefully we get another good one. I've had some great matches against these players, or with these players. And Anden is going to be going first here. And into the tank on turn one. See how we decide to start. We have a back row, we have another back row, and that's it. Okay. Couple of back row and pass. And no trap dust shoot. Okay. Here comes Shining Angel. We haven't seen Shining Angel do a whole lot in these return matches. Mostly just been getting in for 14 here and there, which I guess is kind of what you what you wanted to do. Get in a couple of 1400 attacks, hit the graveyard, just be a light chilling there for BLS. That does get in here. Passing over back to Anden. Do we have anything to fight back against a Shining Angel? We're thinking about it. Shining Angel, GOAT format, powerhouse. Really, really hard to get off the field. Here's Breaker. Breaker can get it off the field. Probably grabs another one, but sometimes, yeah, sometimes you can crash with a Deco or Donzalug, something like that. But yeah, Shining Angel definitely here to get some damage in, get some lights in the graveyard. Oh, okay. We hit a Solemn Judgment with a Breaker. That's pretty good. Anytime Breaker gets to +1 on a Solemn Judgment. Oh, interesting. We're going to Saku the Breaker. We really want to keep this Shining Angel around. Okay. Let's get on in there for another 1400. Main two, we just have a back row and a pass. Okay. So Sui with the early pressure going. It's not incredible pressure, but we do have a 1400 attacker. Tribe coming down. That can clear the Shining Angel, and we do have a Sinister Serpent to pitch. Pretty good from Anyan's side of things, but we do have a Sakuretsu for the Tribe as well. Nobody with any Trinity just yet. Can Sui keep up the pressure, or are we just going to see this back row to pass? Okay, we do see the pass. No more pressure for Sui. Get the Sinister Serpent back for Anden. Imagine we probably have some pressure from this side as well. Yeah, Rhoda, that's pretty good pressure. Go grab Dawn. Yep, we do in fact grab the Donald. See if it can get in here. This could be, okay, Torrential, very good to take care of the Dawn. I was going to say, this could be a little back-breaking for Sui, depending on what happens here. See if Sui has a play to recoup some card advantage. There's a Graceful Charity, okay. It's not necessarily card advantage, but, you know, Graceful Charity, maybe the best card in the format for a reason. And here comes Sasuke. So we have a little bit more pressure. We did ditch Tribe and a return. Torrential Tribute's going to take out the Sasuke. So that's gone. And we're going to see another back row and a pass. So I have Oops All Lights in the graveyard for Sui, plus this Tribe, of course, being a nice water. A water does not help you with your Chaos plays. And here comes Sasuke from Anin. See if this can get on in there. It sure does. Sui taking 1800. Life points just about equalized. But Anin up a couple of cards here. Here comes Kaiku. And no attack. Okay. So, yeah. We don't want to trade with the Sasuke here. Maybe we've got a Widespread Ruin, Sakuretsu or something behind it. Oh, we have a Heavy Storm from Anin. We are, yeah. It might be a -1, but not even a -1. We have a Jar of Greed to chain. Okay, we're going to Book of Moon the Sasuke. That is, oh. This is a brutal Heavy Storm. Anden is just firmly ahead now, I guess. Like, if we get this Kaiku to the graveyard, Maybe it's last card BLS in hand and we can make something work from there. But this game, well, if it is, it's not going to matter. It's Zaborg, okay. Yeah, disgusting turn from Anden. I guess the saving grace for Sui here is there's not any extra pressure. We just trade with the Kaiku. We know Sinister Serpent is one of the cards in hand, so you're down bad on card advantage, but there's a chance. Yeah, pot into BLS ring. How many times have we seen that in Go format? Even just like Kaiku could go hard here. You got some pretty good plays from Sui potentially. And like Torrential's gone. I guess you do still have all of the other interaction, but unfortunately Sui did not draw that Pot of Greed unless the play was pro set it. Well, we're talking about drawing Pot of Greed here. Anden's going to pick that up. I think we'll see if there's any pressure added to the board here. I think we may be going through the motions at this point. Okay, pick up Thunder Dragon as well. Sent your potluck the wrong way. Yeah. All right, we do have a Chaos Monster coming down. It is the Chaos Sorcerer. We're just getting in there for 2,300. The attack is going to go through. Bad news for Sui. I've got another back row for Anden. Okay, we have a face down monster. Not a lot going on, though. We do have Dark Light. One Solemn is gone. Mirror Force, Torrential are both gone. Here's an MST to take out the back row. Another Solemn. And we have a knock. Do we have another monster to clean this game up? No, we do not. Okay. Okay, we play on. And Sui is going to draw and concede the game. So we have Anden up a game. Only needs to win one more to take down this Obelisk. Sui, of course, going to need to pick up game 2 and 3 here. We've seen a few people recently win through bracket resets. We may be seeing that again here. Sui fans in the chat in shambles, if it happens. Sui obviously definitely more than capable of winning a game 2 and 3 here. But from what we've seen, Anden bringing in the Scapegoat package with the Metamorphosis, pretty strong here. We'll see. I think Sui is due a little bit of Trinity. Anden had the Duo and the Pot of Greed that game. Sui had a Graceful Charity. But we'll see how the rest of this shakes out. Anden being very deliberate over here about how to side. But here we are. In game 2. Sui will be going first, of course. Let's see. Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity. Set up a return kill on turn 2. Nope. Nope. Just a monster and a couple of back row. See what Anden's got. Pretty clean games. Every match we've seen. We are going to lead on Thunder Dragon. Let's get 2 of those in hand. Are they stapled to a Graceful Charity? They are not. So we just see a T set. Okay, when we see another back row. And that is going to get dusted. And getting the scapegoat out of here is pretty good for Sui. And flip up spy. Do we have the Zaborg play again? This could be huge here. No, we do not have the Zaborg play. We're just going to attack in with spy. Okay, we clear the Sangan, so we're going to get in. Gonna get in for 1,200 here. Okay, so Anden going down to 6,800. And we have another set monster. And we have Metamorphosis. Okay, so we're getting rid of the Sinister Serpent. Thousand Eyes Restrict is going to come on down, and we do have a Book of Moon for it. So, going to go ahead and take care of that. Might be able to, yeah, okay, just a pass of the turn from Anden here. We might be able to throw some big pressure. Flipping up Deco's very good here. Get you an extra card, get some more attacks in here. We're going to play around Mirror Force a little bit. Switch one spy to defense, but we are going to go ahead and get in for 1,400. So Sui putting the pressure on and up in card advantage here. And we set yet another monster. If that's another Deco, we could start to bury Anden in card advantage here. Looking at the graveyard, we do have Dark Light. We've got a couple of Thunder Dragons and a Sinister Serpent in hand for Anden, so even with all those cards, about half of them aren't really doing a whole lot right now. Here's a DD Warrior Lady, though. That's a card that does something. Attack over Gravekeeper Spy, going to run right into a Mirror Force. Sui definitely looking to push here, but we do have a Chaos Monster coming down for Anden as well, and this is a BLS. It's going to get that face down monster out. Shining Angel, goodbye. Now would be an excellent time for Heavy Storm, Zaborg. Oh, here's the Zaborg. We don't have the Heavy Storm. Torrential is still live, but we're going to clear the BLS. Do we have a Mirror Force as our new set? We do not. Spy getting in. Zaborg is going to be taken out by a Sakuretsu armor, but BLS out of here. And yeah, we still have double Thunder Dragon, Sinister Serpent in hand, so this last card's going to have to be pretty good here. Any Graceful Charity off the top, obviously going to be very good for Anden, but okay, we had a Rhoda down. That's something. Sasuke can clear this spy and defense, but we're actually going for damage. Okay. Don't hate that. Let's see if Sui has an answer here. Zaborg number 2. Okay. Chaos Monster? No Chaos Monster, unfortunately, to finish off Anden in this game, but Zaborg coming down. Definitely doing its good thing here. We've got double Thunder Dragon, Sinister Serpent in hand. We've just got one set monster. Do we have triple Zaborg, Sui? Oh, DD Warrior Lady's a good one. Okay, we are going to have a Game 3 here in a bracket reset in the finals of this Obelisk. You'd love to see it. We've had some very exciting games. Hopefully this last game isn't just a one-sided blowout. We can have a really, really good game to determine this winner here. And see who goes to the GOAT Format World Championship. Is indeed for all the marbles. We're waiting on the siding here. Sui has a lot of interaction that I like to see here. We've got the Book of Moon to help out with the Terror package, of course. We've got Widespread Ruin that can help out with that as well. So I think we're well set up on that side of things. The one thing that I want to see is a return. Would would love to see a return happen here. But I'm also curious to see Anden's like actual deck list to get the full 55. Because I kind of like the warrior package, just kind of like being a little minimal. It's kind of interesting. But Anden going to lead on a turn one delinquent duo and Pot of Greed, so we'll see. We'll see if Sui also has the technology to come back and a graceful charity. Wow. All right, well, we've had pretty clean games between these duelists. And now we see full Trinity on turn one for Anden, discarding a Sinister Serpent to the Graceful Charity. HNVB. It might be Jover. Well, we'll see. We discard the Sinister Serpent. We didn't have Thunder Dragon, so at least there's that for Sui. Like we've mentioned before, though, sometimes return can just set up and win in the face of card advantage. It is that powerful of a card. It can win games, not necessarily on its own. It requires setup, but it can bring you back from behind and win a game that maybe you're not supposed to win. Put quotes around supposed to, but discard Sinister and Donald Zalug. Yeah, probably don't need the Dawn here. You're already up quite a bit here. Sui not showing any Trinity turn one, just a T set and a pass. And the bottom half of the T is going to get Dust Tornadoed. A little bit of a Spider-Man meme here. Dust Tornado taking out a fellow Dust Tornado. And in getting back the Sinister Serpent. And here comes a Sasuke. Flip up Sangan. Yep. If this is a Gravekeeper Spy, we're at least going to get rid of one of them. And it sure is a Gravekeeper Spy. So having the Sasuke there, pretty good for Anden. No light in the grave for Sui. I was going to say BLS might be a way to steal this game, potentially, but we don't have the light just yet. Zaborg could help do some damage here, but that's not going to be happening. We just have another face-down monster in a back row. This is what I like about the warrior decks, or the warrior package in these types of decks, is like in these situations, sometimes you can gain a whole bunch of card advantage, but you just don't have the pressure. And the warrior package does help you pressure quite a bit. So Sasuke is going to take out the Spy. We're not even going to bother attacking with the Sangan. I'm okay with that. We set another back row for Anden. We definitely could have Solemn Judgment or something over here. Just another set monster for Sui and a pass. All these cards. And we're going right to battle phase. Attacking the new set. That is the third copy of Gravekeeper Spy. We don't have a guard or a spear soldier to bring out with it. So we're just going to shuffle the deck. Spy's not dead this turn, but, you know, Sasuke, of course, can take it out next turn. We do see a new set card for Sui. Flipping up Deco. Okay. The good news for Sui is they are drawing to Trinity. Anden doesn't have that option in case somehow Sui is able to pull things back a little bit. But we're not seeing it here. We're 11 cards in. We haven't seen any of the Trinity pieces. We do see a Kaiku coming down, though. Thinking it's start of battle phase, okay? Yep, we are going to try to snipe a Solemn or something like that. And we hit a Snatch Steal. Okay. The Snatch was probably going to be taken out by the Dust Tornado anyway at some point. And here we have, yeah, Mirror Force is very good here. That's going to stifle Swee's attempt to get back in this a little bit. And MST is going to take out the ring. Okay. What do we have in the graveyard over here for Anden? Just a Dark. We do have Rhoda coming down. Dawn's gone, but we do have DD Warrior Lady we can summon out, and that's going to be pretty good. Get in for 2,500 points of damage, clear the entire field from Sui. We are up a billion cards. We're gonna need some good stuff from Sui here. Breaker, okay. Okay, we're going for the +2. I don't hate it. You kind of gotta make some moves here. Okay, and we break the Solemn Judgment. So the problem is no light in the graveyard. So even if you get into like a BLS, you just can't summon it. So there's still a chance, but especially if Anden can't clear this breaker immediately, you can clear it with the DD Warrior Lady, and trading 1-for-1 right now is still good for you. But it's not the biggest pressure in the world, and right now Sui needs time. And all of the spies are gone. So spies are gone. Oh, well. Snatch is pretty good here. Not going to be able to end the game, but putting Sui pretty close to death here. We're at 1,400. We are a Mystic Tomato attack away. And we have a set monster to go with it. So we're going to go back to 24, but I mean, I guess you could like draw Mirror Force. Who? Spy might be the best GOAT format card that isn't Trinity or BLS. It's at least close. I'd have to do some thinking on that. Ring is up there. Serpent's up there. I think Serpent is generally overlooked. Like everybody knows it's good, but I think it's overlooked as far as like how good it actually is. And we are attacking in with the Sangan. There's widespread ruin, so we get to actually take out the breaker. Okay. But we're gonna go right back down to 1,400. See another back row. Do we have something here? We have another back row. There's a heavy storm, and that is probably going to be locking this up. Yeah, we see the GGs from Sui here. Just a Dust Tornado. Unfortunately, this game sort of came down to turn 1 Trinity for Anden, but I mean, most of our other games have been fairly clean without full Trinity, especially on turn 1. This is the only turn 1 where we've seen full Trinity, I believe, today. So a lot of very exciting matches, a lot of really good matches. We had all over the spectrum. We had some grind out slogs. We had some haymaker matches. Pretty good. Pretty good. The first match was insane. I think this match was the first 2 games of this match were great as well. Gula says, I think Ring is the best trap, Spy is the best monster against aggro, and Deco is the best monster against everything else. Don't know if I would put Deco above BLS. Ring, I do. I agree with you that Ring is the best trap. But yeah. That's a whole debate that you could go on for hours. But anyway, we are other than Trinity and BLS. You're right, Gulas. My bad. Forgot BLS was excluded there. But yeah, we are done here with the Obelisk. Big congrats to Anden for getting through this bracket reset, taking down Sui, a very formidable opponent, and getting the GOAT format World Championship invite. Don't quit. We should debate this. No. The debate will be for a different video. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, happy to stream these anytime. I love streaming these obelisks. It's a whole lot of fun. We've got more obelisks to come, of course. We've got more content to come. I just edited another video last night for the official channel. So yeah, lots more to come, but that's gonna be it for this stream. I'll see if I can get Anden on an interview later, but I do have to get out of here for this one. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks to all the duelists. Congrats again to Anden for the World Championship invite. See ya.